Now to check with my phone, because I'm a professional. Do. Come on. Yep, and we are live.
All right.
Oh boy.
There it is.
Oh, it would help if I got out my character sheet.
I do find it makes it a
yes.
lot easier when you have that.
Oh yeah, actually, now that you mentioned it, I better get onto the game.
Mayhaps.
Good help.
That helps if I want to actually join you guys and play.
Nah, just do guesswork. We'll imagine what your dice rolls are.
Well, I mean, I do have my actual dice bag right here with my beautiful Die Hard dice.
Well, there you go. Just roll your Die Hard dice and just remember everything on your sheet. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, I have to do actual math.
Speaking of doing stuff,
I mean,
I'll be right back.
I got my big old bag of dice right next to me. I'd love to use it.
Yeah, I've got a dice tower in my bag. Actually,
Yep.
really close by, too.
I have 2 different dice trays just sitting right in front of me. I also have one of my giant novelty dice that I got from Magic the Gathering.
Ooh.
Huh.
I have 2 of those. Are yours the faux D20s that actually just count down?
No, it's a proper D20 because it's from the D&D tie-in set they did.
I technically have 3 different dice sets. One I got at Anime Next, and I've lost the D20 in that one, which made me very sad. I got from Die Hard Dice Vampire Blood for when I run Curse of Strahd. And then I've got like a mix mash of dice that sort of make a set.
I don't even know how many dice I have. I have a lot. I have hold on.
Yeah, no, every time my birthday or Christmas rolls around, it's like, hey, what new polymer sets does Die Hard Dice have? And it's like, okay, that's 10 sets. That's like what a normal person would get for like a celebration.
See, I'm particularly bad because I like custom dice, the really expensive dice, so I have to be very picky choosy about when I buy any dice anymore.
I feel for you.
So you'd classify yourself as a dice dragon then?
Well, I maybe. Hold on. Here, I'll just put that in there we go. There's just my big old bag of dice right there.
Ooh.
Yeah, what was it?
Ah.
One of my friends said,
I love the segmentation.
Yep.
That is very organized. I like that.
Oh wait a second,
Yeah.
I just realized something. I keep him on a stand mostly just because I never need to use him. But I did get a specialized dice bag when I went to Ohio to meet up with a bunch of people from Discord. 1 second, I'll take a picture.
Yeah. Was that the game you played with Rabbit and Jake? Etc. and Punk?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of boring in comparison. My are in those giant prop Pokeballs you get cards out of.
Mm-hmm.
And my D20s are actually in a thing that has on the bottom D20 on it. So even I can't tell, or I can't mess up where these are.
Yeah, this is technically a dice bag, but I never use it for that. Come on. There it is.
Ooh, I like that.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
Beholder.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, it's Xanathar himself. Oh.
Yeah, I found
Mine's
it at
pretty
a place
basic.
called the Dragon's Horde. Wait, no, it was the Dragon's Guild. It was something like that out in, I want to say, around Dayton.
I think I've bought something from the Dragon's Horde before. I just don't remember what it was. Because the name sounds very familiar.
Yeah, I went up there with Sean, Punk, Jake, Jay Frost.
I was so jealous of that trip. That looked so much fun.
It took the better part of 4.5 months to organize. And even then, some things didn't go as planned. But we made it work.
As you do.
Yep. Hey. We don't have a problem, Rat.
It's a
because
collection.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a problem yet. I only
You have
have 2 dice sets.
I don't have a problem. You have a problem.
As I'm sitting here waiting for my set of bone-looking dice from Die Hard Dice to come in. No, I don't have a problem at all.
I mean,
So
granted, I supported a Kickstarter, and one of the options was a custom set of dice, and I selected that custom set of dice as a thing, but that doesn't mean I have a problem or anything.
these are mine. That dice bag was actually given to me by a friend of mine as a present, so I just keep it around, even though it only can hold really like 2 packs.
Yeah, if I was a
I definitely don't follow dice makers on Twitter, of which a lot of their dice is over $100. No, siree, Bob, not me.
No,
if we're
not
talking
me
about that,
either.
1 second here, let me just drop a link here. It's not anything expensive, but something that I think all of you will like, and I'll even drop the link in chat once I get there. There we go. Okay, copy. So I would highly recommend this creator on Etsy, Arcane Spectacles. They make the dice tray that I currently use, and they also sell a bunch of specialized dice holders and stuff. Like here's a variant of the tray I currently have. It's great because you can use it to track your spells.
Oh, that's
Oh,
actually
neat.
that is very handy. Look at that.
Yeah.
That is very nice.
It also gives me an excuse to have more of the what's it called? More of my Die Hard dice sets, at least on my table, because I have a different colored D6 for each of my spells. But yeah, there for everyone in chat. I'll probably reshare that later. Like, we have no affiliation with them, and they can't really be sponsoring people, but you should support them because they do fantastic work. It's what they even on some orders.
Support small artists.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yes.
And also, in some versions, I'm not sure if they're still doing it, you can actually get your name put onto the thing. So my tray actually is embossed with Vaughn.
Oh, neat.
Cool. Oh my god.
This is my dice tower I got. I think I got it just off of Amazon. Unfortunately, I didn't know anyone who really sold them and just looked for it, and I really like it.
Ooh, yeah, I like
nice.
that one. I think I remember seeing off of, I think it was C4 Labs, I think I got my one tower that I use their tray a lot. It looks very nice, but I have got the tower laying around, but I mainly use that for I have to do that. I have to figure out where I had to get that, but
And yes, Bubba, welcome to us bumbling through the jungles of Chult. This is a Tomb of Annihilation playthrough. And boy,
oh yeah.
Boy, has it been a thing.
It sure has. And nothing terrible has happened at any point. No, sir.
No, sir.
These are the ones that I follow. At least there's the shop in it. They make very pretty dice.
Ooh, that is nice.
Ooh.
It's very expensive though.
Yeah. Yikes. I just look. I most definitely can't afford any of this.
Yep.
Yeah. That reminds me, one time I was talking with Clone Trooper K. He's like, you should totally check out these dice. And he dropped a set of ruby quartz dice. And I was like, Kev, I love D&D, but I'm not paying $300 for a set of dice.
Ooh.
And he's like,
Oh, no.
Ruby quartz is like probably my favorite gem too. So it's like, god damn it, that would, if I was rich, I would do that.
Yeah, no, he definitely didn't check the price on it. And he was like, oh, I was like, yeah, no, if I'm going to drop that kind of money, it'd probably be on a graphics card for my tower at this point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember seeing these guys.
You think $300 is enough for their graphics card? Oh, you poor bastard.
Mm-hmm.
At some point it was.
As I'm sitting here, it's like, oh yeah, I pay about that much for 11-piece set of Die Hard dice as I'm looking at the everything dice set.
Now, DeLuna, you need to understand, I know a lot of people who work at Best Buy, so the second they upgrade their graphics card, I just buy their used one. So
that is fair.
Yeah, that's how
$300 for a used card, depending on which one it is. Yes.
Yeah, and that
definitely
also helps them cover installing it for my Luddite ass.
I mean, you can also like you send it to me. I could actually just upgrade it for you as well.
Right now, we'll see. I don't even want to think about messing around with this tower. It's been a minute.
Oh, yeah.
All right, yeah, we might as well switch on over to the live scene.
Oh, yeah. And I've...
Character sheets.
That's right. No pen, no book. There we go. You know, it gets to be a point whenever you write the intro, you get practically a full page of the book for your introductions. So
That reminds me, I should open my notes. I need those.
By the way, I realized rewatching the last stream that towards the end I was basically doing a Remy impression.
I mean, yeah, because
I
Remus
am
Corbo
bored.
ever Bosco with Louis Lovehouse, aka Aileen Cara. I'm just like, I'm detracting AG from that. That was the thought that came to my mind.
No, I was like, oh god, like I had to like my normal voice go bring it an octave lower when I don't like how it sounds on audio anyway.
When do you have to go in the? Oh god, I'm not sure how well you go into that bit, but if you got yourself a voice change, I would automatically drop it an octave just to see how it would sound.
And then earlier today, I was actually talking with Flustered Bun, and they were like, I would love to play in a Bloodborne game. It'd be an all summoners campaign. I was just like, that's what we do every week.
Yeah, pretty much.
2 spiritual weapons, Moonbeam, 2 characters blessed with the ability to summon, like, to play conjure animals. We need a way to level, then Zombie can do summon beast, and then just Delana as a wild mage.
Like, I'm pure chaos, and I set a boat on fire last week.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you did.
I'm still not sorry about that because of how hilarious that was.
You set a boat on fire, and then
No,
you tried to frost burn it.
It's fine. Ice gets rid of fire. Don't worry.
I want to put out the absurdity here, okay? He is the only person here who has gone to school to learn magic and knows the least about what his spells do. Think about that.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Witch just wandering around, just like, oh, I killed that. Oh, here's a pumpkin. I killed that. Oh, here's a pumpkin.
I was gonna say, I wandered
Here's a
around in a bubble of darkness and I killed things.
You did.
Just
Let's be
because
honest,
he
Wick has been the most effective member of this party.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
Although-
about the most effective stalemate I've ever seen in a campaign. Just walk around with darkness. Oh, the NPCs, they want to charge, but they won't go into the darkness.
Although the dark bubble did cost some people their turn a few times.
It did. I felt a little bad, but I'm like, well, until he is told otherwise, he is going to be blissfully stupid.
To be fair, like,
Notwithstanding, I'm happy how that went last session.
Also, let's be real. I never said that Zeno was a good student. I just said he was a student.
Yeah. It's
Remember, because of possible negligence on both his and his possible girlfriend's part, he got cursed with this to begin with.
I was gonna say, spellcasters that go to school, I imagine, are like doctors. There's a whole lot of difference between the ones that are at the top of the class and the ones that barely manage to pass. They're all doctors. It's just how well you do. That's
Zeno might be a straight C student, and that's okay.
Now I'm just imagining the character from Scrubs who spends the first 3 seasons accidentally killing patients, and then they're like, oh wait, we should just put him in the morgue. Yeah, no, I know a cause of death anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Poor Yuki was just like, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something.
She was so excited to be part of combat, and it just never happened for her.
I like to think that she absolutely never broke her stride, even when she couldn't see anything.
No. She's just jazzed up, ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
That fight was also the most Sokka moment for Enoch. He's just sitting there next to the goats. What has my life become?
Well, if you guys are ready, I think we've shot the breeze long enough.
Sounds good to me.
We could probably go ahead and get started with that session. Welcome, one and all, to session 13 of Chult of personality. When last we left our expedition, Elise, the Elven Ranger, Enoch, the Human Warlock, Wick, the Squashly Cleric, Zeno, the Half-Elf Sorcerer, and Dan, the Half-Elf Witch. Our heroes have attempted to wrest in the fortifications of Camp Vengeance. However, a wave of undead in a haphazardly coordinated attack were successfully repelled. Crossbolts flew, lights, fire, and darkness sprang up, and a certain sorcerer's voice dropped an octave. Collateral damage and casualties were surprisingly light. Upon examination of those undead, which were dinosaur and human zombies, the party discovered some of them bore a mark, a blue inverted triangle. Who is responsible for these undead? With this question in the back of their minds, the expedition departed to go even further down the river Shoshenstar en route to Babala. Our party then climbed up a long and gently winding path for hours before they were greeted with a scenic view of the Aldani River Basin and the two unusual sights present. To the southeast was a floating rock in the shape of a heart, the legendary Heart of Uktau. And to the south-southwest, the canopy of the jungle below was littered with the wreckage of a crashed airship. The pathway approached a cliff face that ramped upwards to the top, which bore a pair of murals before leading to a pile of bleached skulls and the entrance of the ruined city. All that remains was a macabre bone and hide hut, the home of the lone denizen of this area, the impossibly old woman named Nanny Pu Pu. Dad asked the old crone if she had heard of Peggy Deadbells, to which she replied yes. But before she elaborated further, the party asked if she needed help. Congratulations! Once again, everyone is about to be offered another quest. What could this quest be? What information does Nanny Pu Pu have on Dad's person of interest? Let's find out. So, as elaborated earlier, we leave off just as Nanny Pu Pu was about to elaborate further on how our intrepid band of adventurers may be able to help.
And just after Zeno threw a rock at Enoch's head. But I want to throw that in there because that's important.
It's very integral to the story, for sure.
And for those who haven't seen, I've thrown up Nanny Pu Pu back up on the screen.
Well, you see, I have been having some trouble with some ruffians that have been, well, giving me trouble. There's been a group of Terrorfolk that have been inhabiting one of the cliffs to the south of here. They truly are a group of frightful creatures. If you can deal with them for me, I may be able to tell you the location of Peggy Deadbells.
That sounds reasonable, he says, still keeping a hand on Dan's shoulder, looking at Dan.
Dan is shaking. And just for my own sake, Dan's probably examining her very, very closely. Can I figure out what kind of hag she is just from looking at her and the general area around her?
Oh, let's see.
Or more accurate, just to confirm that she is indeed a hag and not just some old lady living up here and those skulls are just coincidentally over there?
Well, the skulls are there for all the dogs we just heard.
Yes, of course.
I asked to nibble on those bones. Yuki was very excited.
Yes. Oh boy, boats? Where are the boats? I'll admit, it probably took Yuki quite a bit of resistance in order to dive into that pile of bones.
Most likely, yeah.
Let's see. I suppose maybe give me an intelligence check with advantage considering your background stuff.
All right. Wow, that's a 10. Actually, wait,
10.
I have inspiration. I'm willing to burn it for this.
Go
Because this
for
just
it.
makes sense. Okay, 17. That's better.
17. Well, the fact that she's living by herself. Uh, there's quite a lot of bones around. You suspect she might be a hag of some sort, but your suspicions aren't currently founded?
Okay. So no real evidence at this point, but it's very likely.
Mm-hmm.
On a scale of 1 to 10, she's at a solid 6.
I'll give you that with that check, yeah.
Okay.
Excuse me, Nanny Pu Pu.
Yes, little child?
I saw the bones outside. What are those for?
Oh, those? Well, those are from the previous, denizens of this village.
Can I do an insight check?
Sure.
I'm not good at it, but I don't buy it for a second. 7.
She seems honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that a roll too.
Sure.
18.
Yeah, she's telling the truth. The fact that there are a lot of skulls here, yeah, could signify that they could have belonged to the population here at one point. And she's definitely not lying about that fact.
What
That's
happened to them?
Well, they died off one by one. Some of them were to jungle predators. Some were to those Terrorfolk. And, not sure about the rest. And she just kind of scratches the side of her head a little bit.
His eyes narrow, staring at her.
I want to roll insight on that if possible.
Sure.
Come on, roll 20. You can do it.
Leaving you roll 20.
12. Yeah, I'll say that she's obviously hiding something about that fact. The fact that there are so many bones there that are just piled up, you suspect something's off.
Okay, see, like getting that feel, Zeno is also going to come or go over to Dan's side and put his hand on the other side, on the other arm.
All right, well. So we got the Terrorfolk. I guess we'll head out and deal with that. We did get warned about them already, so maybe deal with them now.
Oh, Gertie, you'll take care of them. Yeah, maybe it's not much, but maybe I could do something to help satiate. You must have had a long journey. Perhaps I can prepare you something in the meantime while you're gone.
Oh boy,
That does sound nice.
like a snack.
Yeah, snack, that's it.
That would be nice. Thank you.
Dan's not going to say anything right now in her presence. He's gonna stare at her, eyes narrowed.
Okay, let's go help Grammy. We can do it.
Right. We
Dan,
should
I
be
want
off
you to-
then.
Dan, I want you to roll an insight check for me real quick.
Oh, I absolutely will.
I just posted in general what Elise's face looks like right now.
Damn it, 5.
You do have inspiration too. Just
All right, I had 2 things of inspiration. I forgot. I'll do another insight. Why not? 14.
I'm assuming since you're trying to keep an eye on her that you'd be the last one to look at her. As the rest of your companions are looking away, And as she begins to kind of turn her head off to the side, you notice that at the last possible second, it looks like she's giving you the biggest stink eye. At you in particular.
Dan will return it. He knows the score. He knows what's up.
Meanwhile, Enoch's just like this in general.
See you later, Nanny Pu Pu.
All right. Well, let's start heading to the southwest, you said?
To the south, she said.
All right, let's get out the map.
All right. Just grab that for a split second.
So I'll finally get rid of Nanny.
Which, honestly, it's not that far off, considering you're basically pretty close to the edge of this plateau where Mabal is currently located.
Oh, good. We don't
So-
have to climb back down.
Yeah. But, let's see.
We're there already. We might as well check.
Yeah. Elise. I want you to give me a survival check. Elise?
Oops.
Oh, sorry. We sorry, I was distracted. What am I doing?
In an effort to try and locate these Terrorfolk, I want you to roll me a survival check.
Okay. Yeah, 7.
Well,
7.
It appears at least 2 is distracted.
I mean, I don't want to say that's what you get, but... Nah, I'm kidding. I don't want to be that mean to you. As you kind of go and scout around the edge of this cliff, you don't really notice anything as far as tracks or markings currently. You do see that there is one cave that you happen across. This cave in particular is about how far down is that off the cliff? 30 feet?
All right.
Let's see. Wick, while we're at it, I want you to roll a perception check as well.
Perception. All right.
19.
As you're looking around the face of this cliff, you look off to your right and you notice that it looks like there's a natural stone chimney that's about 70 feet back away from the edge of this cliff. And you do notice a slight trail of smoke coming off of it.
Ooh. I think I spy a home.
Huh.
Look, there's a chimney. I think.
This far up here? I mean, that old lady said that there was no one over here.
Well, it looks
it
like
might be the Terrorfolk.
It could be. Or maybe there's just people living here that she doesn't know about. I don't know.
I mean,
By the way, was anyone else getting a really bad vibe from her?
Not at all.
Oh, extremely.
no more
What?
than anyone else
No.
we meet here so far.
No, she is an old lady. She's fine.
She's a hag.
But
That's
she-
part of their act. They pretend to be innocent, sweet old ladies so they completely disarm you. And then they do nasty tricks and they screw you over. It's part of the game. Oh, I'm just a sweet, innocent old woman living up in the woods in the middle of the jungle. No, I wouldn't mean harm to anyone. And then they give you poison.
But that can't be. And he has like the little anime wobbly teary eyes. Just going.
Elise looks at Dan and says, "So, what's your bet that she's actually Mama Rikiki?"
Hmm.
Who?
Or what's shit? God, get me confused.
Peggy Deadbells?
Peggy Deadbells. Yeah, that's right.
Hmm.
Pay no attention to the fact that the dimensions just got crossed here.
Ah,
Another time, another place.
Mm-hmm.
it's a possibility. And if I'm being honest, I would have been willing to take out the information by force, but this will work just as well, I suppose.
For now,
I wouldn't. Oh, sorry.
For now, I'd say let's just bide our time and actually figure out what her plan is. Because it could either be she is who you're looking for, or she's not. And either way, we might need to deal with her either way.
Though,
Yes.
this brings up a good point. I would like to institute a new rule. Hag or not, I would like to have a no torturing old ladies rule in effect.
I agree.
I can't promise that.
I agree. No.
I can. That's
All
fair.
right, all right. That's
I want to clarify. If they are in fact a hag, I cannot promise that I will not torture them.
I'd prefer no torture at all.
Any other old ladies will not be tortured, or any innocent people. Just hags specifically.
I feel like there's gonna be an awkward bridge when we cross to get there, but let's just focus on the cave.
Right.
All right. Let's see. We'll say that for everybody, as I've just gotta bring up this map. Place yourselves right about. I gotta click on that. Right about here. We'll say the chimney. I just gotta draw that out real quick. Represented by this brown circle is right about here. Hey, let me just reveal that.
I was about to say, awfully brave of Dan to take the front position.
Yeah, no, I realized where I put him. I'm like, wait a minute, why did I do that? Oh wait, I'm missing some HP. I forget. Was that from a... No, we should be at full,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Should have rested. Yeah, it's weird. For some reason, I can see your HP like bar above that. Not sure if you have that on
Yeah.
settings or not, but
Yeah,
anyway.
I gave myself an HP bar because it's easier to track that way.
Mhm. Yeah. As you're looking at this chimney, it looks like it's small enough so that small creatures could definitely wiggle it through it, but heavier armor individuals or medium-sized creatures could not fit through it.
Wait, this conga lines through it.
Yeah.
I mean, Yuki could definitely fit through. She's tiny.
Hmm.
Now, I'm not sure how many of you have spent time living in caves, but you typically don't want to get separated in a cave.
Dan,
Right. Yes?
you might not like this, but should we send Yuki out or in front of us to scout what's going on?
I could always go with her.
That is true. It'd be better to probably have Yuki and Wick go together. Yuki in front, Wick in the back. That way, at the very least, they'll have each other with them.
I promise we will not go too far. We will not do anything too hasty.
Well, if you have any trouble, just let us or just yell for us. We'll definitely try to get in there.
Okay.
All right. So, if I understand this correctly, Wick and Yuki are going to climb down the chimney.
Yes.
Yes, with Yuki at the front.
All right. All right. As Yuki begins to shimmy down into this chimney. Okay, here I go. Gonna be super sneaky down this hole. Yeah.
If Yuki is singing that out loud, Wick will join.
Yeah, she'll. Here I go. super sneaky. And then she does the rest of it in her mind, so that she tries to be super stealthy about it.
It's like Caboose. Sneaking. Sneaking. Sneaking.
Alright. So this trip...
It's that opening bit from Borderlands 3 with Claptrap stealthing.
Alright, just gonna reveal some more areas here. The chimney descends about 30 feet as after a little bit, Yuki is super quiet. As Dan, you hear in her head, "Oh no, there's a lot of them down here. Bad news, but good news, they're sleeping." We can be super quiet. And Wick, at this point, as you make your way down, I'm gonna go ahead and reveal the rest of this. Because with your dark vision, you can easily see this down here.
Should probably say he turns off his eye lights.
No, he goes into infrared so they can't see.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You see these large reptilian-looking creatures that sport long, narrow, and sharp beaks, and a pair of leathery wings and claws for arms, and talons for feet, as they are all currently sleeping, and they do not appear to notice you yet. Although, give me a stealth check.
Oh boy, I'm sure this
Here we go.
will be just fine with his disadvantage.
Well, you did better than Yuki somehow. Natural one.
I have to see.
She just can't
How?
help but growl.
Even.
She growls unintentionally.
I have to double check something real quick.
She steps on a stick.
Inside a cave, there's a random errant stick.
Right next to the old burned out campfire there. That makes sense.
Who is here? It's funny
But-
if it's just a cave with a single stick in it for no reason.
Wick, you see as Yuki just steps on the twig for the burnt out fireplace, you hear a resounding crack. But this Terrorfolk just goes to stir. It rolls over and it stares towards the back, but it keeps its eyes shut and does not notice you.
Oh,
They rolled so badly.
oh my god. Dan's gonna ask, can you get a count on them, Yuki?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 of them.
All right. Dan's gonna relay that to everyone. So there's 6 Terrorfolk in there. They're all asleep though, so we have the element of surprise on them.
Now, would you say it's a fairly enclosed area, like not much to escape?
Yeah, is this the only doorway?
Yeah, that's
Well,
that's the only
quote-unquote
way
doorway.
out. And as you're kind of looking around, there's also a couple of medium-sized humanoid bodies that are scattered about here as well. And the only other exit is the mouth of the cave, which is down at this end, which is sheer cliff.
Mm.
Okay, well, not the greatest options, but I think we can do it. Maybe. Just hit them really hard while they're still dreaming.
Yeah, I like that idea. Dan, you hear in your head, yeah, we just get the surprise on them, and then we can take them out. Rick's got a good idea.
Hey, I think we shouldn't just be the 2 of you.
Well,
Yeah.
no. Obviously, you'd have to come down. I mean, maybe I could do it. Might be funny if I did Darkness and Guardians again.
Looks at the
I'll
least
assume.
armored out of all of us. Hey, Zeno. You know
I have a
that?
feeling. I have a feeling I know what you're about to say, and
Yeah. What? You think you can fit down there and pretend they're all boats?
I say this with the most sincerity I could muster. Fuck you. I'm going down.
Before he does that, could I maybe look through and see if I can get a moonbeam in here too, so we can both get a shot on them?
Let's see. It would take an action to perceive through Yuki's senses. Then it would take another action until the end of her turn to do it. Unless you're able to climb down in there, do it yourself.
Yeah, I
Or if
mean,
you were to find another way to go down to the cave.
if we could find another entrance, that'd be ideal, but it looks like there's only two of them, and one's on a sheer cliff face.
I mean, that makes sense considering they can fly and we can't.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's your guys' plan then? How do you want to take this out?
Well, I mean, it would take a while for us all to file into the cave because it'd be like squeezing for the rest of us.
Now you said that there's the opening right here. Can Wick and Yuki see that?
You're talking about the chimney or at the mouth of the cave?
The mouth of the cave.
Yeah, they could see that opening.
Could they relay that to us? Because that actually would be a lot simpler, a lot easier.
Well,
I mean, we
they
did.
did. It's on a sheer cliff face. We would have to
Oh,
climb
okay.
up the cliff up to it if we wanted to go around to do that.
Mm-hmm. Or possibly climb down from above with climbing gear.
Which
Yeah,
we do not
that's
have.
also possible.
That's what I was thinking.
And it might be risky to go down the chimney here, all of us medium-sized creatures, because we could end up getting stuck.
That's why I voted for Zeno, considering Zeno has the least gear.
Yeah. I forget. Like, has it been a day since the last fight?
Yes, it has.
Okay, good. I have all my slots and all that. I just wanted to double check.
Mm-hmm.
Do these things fly?
Yes.
Yep. Since it's seems like Yuki is going to be in the thick of it, I could enlarge her right now. How long does...
Lasts for a minute,
Oh.
right?
Yeah, lasts for a minute until your familiar is reduced to 0. So I guess I'll wait till the exact moment we know the battle is going to start to enlarge her, but that's definitely in the toolkit.
And I can't
Alright.
really do anything because my only way of getting in there involves vision.
Above game, I want to tell Dan to put a moonbeam on the end of the cliff, but we don't know if that would do anything. Or I don't know if that would do anything.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, if I could see the opening of the cave, I might be able to cast there. See, how far away would it be from like the opening where we are? Maybe 70 feet. And Moonbeam
Does it require line of sight?
is 120 feet away. Centered on a point within range. It doesn't specify that it needs to be a place I can see. It just has to be 120 feet from me. And it's centered on that point.
Mm-hmm.
At least as far as I'm seeing here. As long as I have some idea of where I'm placing it. And I could look through the opening right there and probably get a good shot at right at the entrance.
Mm-hmm. You could.
The only problem I see is, like, my moonbeam's about that size. They could very easily fly around it if I put it, like, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Although they are big, they would still technically have to go in it a little bit. So,
Wick,
no, wait, that might work, actually.
Yuki, I'll need you two to make stealth checks one more time.
Yep.
Okie doke. Hopefully this one goes better than the last one for her. Natural 20!
Yikes.
How the tables have turned.
That's less than ideal.
Or not.
As he goes to roll over, this one goes to roll over. His eyes open up, and they stare right at you, Rick. And then you hear a intruders!
Hide and seek.
Darkness.
And then we're gonna need everyone to roll initiative.
On the
Well,
upside,
in for a penny, everyone.
upside,
So-
Wick is far enough away from us, like, because it's 30 feet down. We can all see.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
In which case,
Forgot.
Yuki can see.
All right.
Yuki's the only one that can see. Oh, fuck.
Oh, right, I should click on
Oh,
her
wait,
before I
hey,
roll her
click.
initiative.
Yeah, do that one again.
So, just a question. Is my moonbeam actually there, or was that just for planning?
I'll say that you're able to get your moonbeam off there.
Okay.
We wanted Zeno to go in, but he got a natural freaking 1. So he's going last.
Ooh.
Well, they most likely will be coming out to us.
Well, I mean, Wick and Yuki are at the back of the cave. They'll probably go that way first.
Kawasha, someone fucked up.
Oh no! Alright, so let's see, that was for the Terrorfolk. That's for Kawasha. The Kupalue. Wow. Okay.
Let it be known that the only idea I possibly had was just blowing the chimney entrance up even more so that we could all fit in it and going hot that way.
I mean, I suppose that would be an option, but it definitely wake them the fuck up. Kaboom! Alright?
Did
Yeah,
anyone
well,
bring
now I
any
have a
C4?
feeling. I have a feeling that we're gonna have company very soon, and they're gonna come out all right here and get a hit by the moonbeam.
Sometimes the bridge method is the only method.
Also, did I get darkness off?
I didn't think you specified yet, so unless you said that I missed it, but
I did. He said hide and seek when
Yeah.
when he opened his eyes.
oh, okay. Excuse me. Oh boy. Wow. That's these. Excuse me.
Oh, bless you.
Ugh. All right. Go ahead and sort this by descending. All right, Elise, you hear a resounding, and in very scraggly comedy here, intruders!
Oh boy. How high up is the wall of the end of this like chimney area?
From where you guys are at next to the chimney down to the entrance is 30 feet, and that's also the height from. Yeah, from the Yeah. It's 30 feet. From the top of where you're standing on the plateau to the entrance, as well as from through the
Okay.
chimney down into the bottom.
I'm just trying to visualize. So, like, is this all just open ground?
Yeah,
Or
open
grass.
ground with grass and maybe
Okay.
not a tree here and there, but
Okay, so the cave is technically underneath us.
yes.
Okay, that's what all I wanted to know. And then all of this over here at the edge is all cliff face, right?
Yep.
Alright,
That
then-
whole line right there is all cliff.
Okay,
face.
that's all I wanted to know. I'm gonna look to the other group and just see if we can't maybe lure them out the mouth. And then I'm gonna take a position to try to shoot at them if they fly out.
All right, you're gonna hold your action to see if any hostiles fly out to shoot. Gotcha. All right, Yuki's turn.
Yep. I'm gonna move right there and then hold action.
All right, Yuki.
All right. So she's gonna run up here, and can I have her hold her action for what Dan is going to do on his turn?
Absolutely.
Are you
Okay.
Are you able to do the familiar spell and Moonbeam?
So Enlarge Familiar is a bonus action, and I've already cast Moonbeam, so
I
it's
mean,
just an
I'm-
action to move it.
I'm just making sure.
And
that
they're not concentration, are they?
Okay.
Enlarge Familiar is not concentration.
Okay.
Moonbeam is.
We are too much a summoner party.
All right, and I'm
Alright.
down a slot because I have the Dragon Breath potion on Zeno. Good to know. All right, so yeah, Yuki's gonna hold for getting embiggened.
Speaking of which, Dan, it's your turn.
All right, so Dan's gonna point his magic focus after making sure he's got the angle right for this, and the Latin for this is interesting how it was pronounced. Fuck me, Yuki crescere. And she starts to grow. It is F-A-C, pronounced fuck. And Yuki grows inside. She is now Akita-sized. And she's going to use this opportunity to do her attack. I gotta grab the level 2 sheet.
Everyone in chat, Yuki has went from a yip to a bork.
Aha!
Does an 18 hit?
An 18 does hit.
Alright. And she does 7 piercing damage.
All right.
Alright, and that was my bonus action. So, do I want to leave the moonbeam there or start running it through them? Well, they have to go out anyway, so they're gonna get hit by it. I guess I'll leave the moonbeam there, and for my action, the one that just got bit, I'm gonna do Toll the Dead on.
All right. It has to be a target that you can see, right?
I will check.
And you're currently outside the cave.
Oh, yeah, I probably wouldn't be able to see. Actually, how far
Well,
is that from my current
Well-
position?
we also couldn't really see because hide and seek's up.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The back three can't see anything and just got bit by the only thing that can see besides Wick.
Look, I'm alone down here.
That's, you know what?
Need every
That's
advantage
fair.
you can get.
Well, then I guess that's, it for my turn, because I can't really attack anything.
All right. All right, it's Kawash's turn. How smart are you gonna be about this? Ah,
Barry, I hope.
yeah, he'll be smart about this. Yeah, he's not exactly what to. He'll actually join up with you, Elise, and he'll ready in action in case something flies out of there. Koopalue will also do the same. He'll actually dash to make his way to the towards the edge. And then it's the Terrorfolk's turn, who... What? Darkness! Light! Noises! Surprise! They're just gonna spend their turn freaking out because they're surprised this turn.
What a mood.
Wait, it's now your turn.
Just
All
woke
right.
up. What the heck's going on?
And now I'm summon my spirit guardians.
Oh boy.
So let's see, that is it's an extra 15-foot radius.
Oh boy, here comes the Roomba of Death, everyone. Alright, that's gonna be a wisdom save.
Fuckbox protocol initiated.
As the darkness just envelops it, and Wick just walks forward. Let's see. That one fails.
Yeah, he is walking forward a little bit so he can get a couple of them.
This has
That
got to
one's
be the most
saved.
horrifying thing in these Terrorfolk lives. Sudden darkness, dog grew and bit them, and now there's jack-o'-lantern monsters going all over the place attacking them. It's like
Right.
straight out of nightmares.
Right. Alright, so that one failed and it's looking very, very hurt. That one's saved. It's decent. As did the next one behind him. Alright. That was your action to do that. You move forward. Anything else you want to do then, Wick?
Don't think I have anything for a bonus action. So no.
Alright. Enoch, it's your turn.
Alright, Enoch's just gonna move because it's A, good idea not to clump everybody together. B, he's got distance for days, so he's just gonna come out and be like, okay, well, time just to prepare for like carnage. And as he does, the nanite cloud around him starts to form, and you see those hovering, glowing projectiles as boop. Melf's minute meteors block around him. He's got 6 of those.
Alright.
And then for his bonus action, he'll transform his hand into his rapier.
Alright. Zeno, it's all your turn.
So seeing that he doesn't have to go down the little chimney now. Gonna move about there. And hold action for when they start going out of the cave.
Alright. Elise, it's your turn. You heard more squawking and surprised motions, but no sign of anybody flying out yet.
Okay, I think that's 35 feet. Isn't really much I can do aside from just keep holding. Just kind of slowly inching my way up to the cliff face to just get as much on the edge as I can, just being able to just get a point blank shot if they were to fly out.
Alright. Alright, Yuki's turn.
Is she gonna do another big bite? $17
That hits. Roll damage.
for max damage.
Wow. Yeah, Wick, you see Yuki just going for this Terrorfolk's throat, and as it lets out a shriekful pain, she just manages to latch onto it, and this monster just drops to the ground and just collapses in pain
Good dog.
and is dead.
So, I'd like to imagine, because this is based on real Yuki, she's probably playing with it at this point, wailing it around as best she can, given
Yeah,
its
right.
size.
Yep, there's a reason dogs like squeaky toys.
Mm.
Now I am the one causing the death. Alright.
I am the one who bites.
This time, I make you disappear!
No, I just imagine Yuki in the Heisenberg hat and glasses.
You're goddamn right. Alright. Dan, it's your turn now.
So Dan's gonna move over to here. He obviously can't use the hole anymore for targeting. I guess I'll hold my action for when they start coming out. Probably gonna use Toll the Dead on the first one that comes into sight.
Alright. Kwasha and Kupalue, second first save is the first holding actions. Now it's the Terrorfolk's turn.
Also, for the record, the ones that are in Spirit Guardians, they have their speed halved,
Oh.
and they're blind.
Yeah, let
Yep.
me just make a quick check. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you got all but the like 2 by the entrance can't see.
Yeah, the 2 back ones are like on the edge of darkness.
Mm-hmm. And these ones are feeling especially owie because of the pain. So,
They don't even know what's hitting them.
alright. Well, these Terrorfolk, seeing this weird light, have just enough room to skirt around it.
Aww.
And they begin to take off.
Do I see the one on the right leave?
Do I see them leave?
At this point, you guys see as these two begin to ascend, and they have just enough movement with flight as they took off, and they're now even with the ledge. As this one is just gonna haul ass out. Actually, which way are they even gonna go? Yeah, this one has managed to. Good news. Knows his bearings. Bad news is he goes right into the. And skirts the. Moonbeam right there. As he gets 5.
The 2 and Spirit Guardians need to also make their wisdom save.
Right, since they start their turn there. That's 2 failures.
There we go. 17 radiant.
Or so can me and Dad take our held actions?
Sure. As soon as I resolve these shenanigans. So that's 10, 25, 30, 35. These two are basically managed to feel their way along the edges of the cliff. Now you can take your attacks on these two, which are even, and then this one's about 30 feet below the ledge yet, so you don't see him yet.
This one took damage, right?
No, neither.
This one did not.
Okay.
This one didn't, and this one didn't. This one did.
Okay.
This one hasn't taken damage, right? Right here.
Correct.
Right, I'm using undamaged to toll the dead.
So he's just gonna get a basic combo shot. 16.
16 hits.
5 piercing, and the second attack, I believe I get that because it's part of the action.
I believe
It's
when
a
you hold it up,
Oh no!
for future reference, whenever it says you use your reaction, you can only hold 1 attack, if I understand it correctly.
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
ignore the second roll.
Yeah. By the way, Dan, roll your damage for your moonbeam as this Terrorfolk dashed their way through for you, would you?
Alright. Going to take 11 damage if it doesn't make the save.
It certainly failed. And that one's looking particularly rough. Alright.
Alright, so
Washa is also going to use their held reaction to hire a bolt of flame at that one. And hits. Wrong die. I rolled. There! Better. For 5 points of fire damage on that one. Then Koopaloo is gonna huck his sling at the other one that came out. But miss. Alright, so that's all of their turn. Wick, it's back to you.
I still didn't take mine.
Oh, right, Zeno, my apologies.
That's no problem. So I'm gonna aim for where the middle one is, so I can hit both of them with a shatter.
You can't. He's 30 feet below.
Yeah, he's
No,
30 feet below and you
No,
can't
I'm
see
saying, like I'm aiming where that token is, because if I aim there, I'll actually hit both of them.
Okay, so you're aiming level with them.
Yeah.
But you're still only able to hit the 2. Alright, that's gonna be 2 con saves from those 2 Terrorfolk.
First things first. Let's see how this goes. Hey, that's an 18.
Alright. If it was a shatter, then you just go ahead and roll the damage, because that would be con saves. But yeah,
11.
right. Magic Surge. You're fine. My apologies. Alright, so 11 on the fail, which the one on the left failed, while the one on the right passed. So it's half damage from them. But that one definitely looks bloodied.
Again, I feel kind of bad about these stuff. Like they were sleeping, they were just like, we're just enjoying the night, and all of a sudden they just get attacked.
Their caves
They were
full of
minding
bodies.
their own damn business.
Their caves full of bodies. Fuck them.
Surely nobody would think to attack us when we don't have a cliff. Wait, where do they come from? Oh no! Alright, Wick, it's your turn.
Why are you running?
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Why are you running?
Alright, so you move forward,
Oh, let's
and I'll
see.
say you still managed to see this Terrorfolk just beyond the moonbeam.
Alright.
Granted, the ceiling of this cave is about 20 feet at this point, so yeah, you would still be able to see him.
Okay, that's... I'm gonna go ahead... You know what, those guys are in my Spirit Guardian, so I can probably smack them later. I'm gonna aim for this boyo then.
Alright.
With
Would you be
the
able to hit?
Heckin' Guiding Bolt with a 13?
Alright. I'll say the only one you can see is this one, and that does hit.
Sweet. For 7 radiant.
7 radiant damage, and they're glowing.
Yep.
Very nice.
That's pretty much all I can do.
Alright, Enoch.
Alright, just a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many of them can I see right now?
You can see 2, the one on the left and the one on the right.
Okay, well then, it's time to enter mobile weapon platform. Because, first of all, between the two of them, they have to make a DC 14 because I'm aiming right there in the center to get both of them. Otherwise, they take a combined 21 damage.
Alright, well, for the first one, this one fails, that one. Or the one on the left pass, the right one fails. Either way, this one plummets. So that would be half.
Well
that
then,
down to
For my
4.
action, I target him and just hold out my hand. I start blasting.
Wait, I just started blasting.
Yeah, that one failed. And
Oh!
actually, before you could even get your Eldritch Blast off, because I forgot to roll for the second save on that one. That one fails just between the two meteors. They just both plummet.
I'm gonna say just does them both all at the same time. Just holds out and just you see 2 streaks and then 2 like lightning blasts. Yeah, I think I'm good. In my turn.
And Wick, you see the bodies of those 2 Terrorfolk plummet.
Everyone just looks at Enoch, gives a sage nod, or the Obama impressed nod.
Yeah, internet kid at the computer. All right, Zeno, it's your turn again.
You know, just like, I'm glad I'm not blacking out anymore.
Alright, so do I see the third guy now?
Currently, no. If you're to get closer to the cliff, you might be able to see him.
Let me see how close I can get. Move right about there, I guess.
All right, I'll say you just managed to see the top of his head.
I'm gonna cast the Chaos Bolt right there.
All right, I'll say with that, he does have 3/4 cover. So that would give him a +4 for the AC.
Doing that. That's a 10.
So no surge.
Unless a
22 does
to-
hit.
So, do I need to roll the D8?
Yep, 2 d8s and 1 d6 determine the type of damage from the d8s rolled.
It's a 4, and then the attack itself. I guess so. It did the D6 for me, I guess.
Yeah, so that would be, I think it's thunder
Well, no, it
and
shows. If you just
acid?
hover over it.
Yep. Yeah, so the 8 and the 1 would be the damage types, so that's I think acid or thunder.
1 second, let me double check.
Well, that didn't work.
I did not mean to cast that again, sorry.
Yeah.
I was just
All
trying
good.
to do that.
There
So
we
it's
go.
acid damage.
Yep, acid. Yeah, as you just see the warbling green-violet energy escape your hand, and it strikes the top of this Terrorfolk, and it shrieks in pain as you see the acid start to coat and dissolve. And you see it drop out of sight, and Wick, you see this thing plummet.
It's the opposite of the Jurassic Park scene with the dinosaur and Newman.
Yep. Alright. Anything else on Zeno?
Nope, that's it.
Alright.
Also for flavor, like every magic spell he does comes out of his actual staff.
Nice.
I gave him it, so I'm gonna make him use it.
Alright, top of the round. Brings us back to Elise.
Okay, we are going to 10 actually here. You said the mouth of the cave is 30 feet down, or is it?
Yes.
Okay.
They are currently in darkness, just
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
as a reminder.
Yep, you see a sphere of darkness emanating out from the side of the cliff.
Okay. So I'm gonna just move here, and again, whole action. If they pop, if one of these two boys manages to break the cliff line, then I'll take my shot at him.
Alright.
I'm just imagining the mouth of the cave is like covered in the JoJo's darkness shade.
Alright. It's Yuki's turn then.
All right.
Borf,
You know-
borf.
You know, a thought occurred to me, and that's, Yuki's now a medium-sized creature. Wick is a small creature. Could Wick ride on Yuki?
Theoretically.
Theoretically, yes.
I was gonna have her, go over to, yeah. Alright, and it's time for another big bite. 16.
With advantage because they're in darkness, that hits. Roll damage.
9. Almost max.
And she tears off a great chunk of the swing, and it collapses onto the ground. Dead.
Yuki's putting in the work today.
Yes, she is.
Good
She's like,
doggy.
I've got to work off every poof counter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, her max is 14. I forgot it's a d8 plus 6. Alright, but that'll do for her turn.
Alright, which brings us to you, Dan.
Alright. Dan's gonna make his way down. He has no way to really see in the cave from where he is. So would I have... Like, I'm sure I'd realize that there's still one in there because we've only killed, like... Well, he doesn't know what died in there, so there's definitely still some in. Would it
Yep.
make sense for him to move the moonbeam where this particular Terrorfolk is?
I'll say even with the light from the magical, or from the light of the moonbeam and the magical darkness, you wouldn't be able to see anything directly next to it.
Okay, but would I be able to, like, reason at the very least that something might be over there? Like, I'm willing to
As
have
a
him
free action,
flail-
if you were able to communicate with Yuki because she could see, but
Oh, okay. I'd have to look at Find Familiar to see if it's free to communicate with. Do spells.
I would say as part of a free action you can do it.
Okay. So then, yeah, Dan will confirm the location of the Terror Beast before moving the moonbeam.
Left!
You got it. Flipping it right on top.
Alright. And we'll just say no need to roll damage, but because that thing literally only has 1 HP left, and for the sake of brevity, that Terrorfolk is now dead. And thus ends combat.
There was a small evil part of me that wanted to be like, her left at that moment she's facing would actually be the other way. But
To be fair, how well do dogs understand the concept of direction?
yeah.
Fair.
Wick will dispel the darkness.
Alright.
As well as the spirit guardians.
Alright. And yeah. All that is left in here are the bodies of 3 Terrorfolk and the bodies of those adventurers, as well as maybe some potential stuff around here.
Oh, yes.
Roll a perception check for me, Wick.
I was gonna say, Wick wishes for treasure. So, let's see. Perception. Pardon the hiccup.
Well, if Nanny Pu Pu's plan was to have these Terrorfolk kill us, she really underestimates us, so that's good.
14 for you, Wick. To your right. Kind of tossed along the wall, you see there's a backpack there.
Oh boy.
Gonna open it up.
Inside the backpack, you find a coin pouch full of 6 gold pieces, a dagger, and as you look at the dagger, you pull it out from the sheath, you see it's got a silver blade on it,
Ooh.
as well as a vial with a deep red color to it.
Ooh.
Does it look like a potion of healing?
It looks similar to the potion, but looks like the vial's maybe slightly bigger.
Ooh.
He's gonna go ahead and pocket both of those.
Is there a way we can like make our way down into the cliff or into there to meet up with Wick?
You could use 2 ways. You can either use climbing gear to descend down to the face of the cliff, or you could possibly drop a rope and possibly shimmy your way down into the chimney.
That's or Zeno would do that. Like he would make his way back up here to the chimney, drop a rope down, and try to climb down.
All right.
Yeah, the
roll a
rope
survi-
is definitely safer.
Yep. Make a survival check to tie the knot for the rope.
I'll assist.
Roll with advantage.
Thank you, because I'm on a 0 on that one. Holy crap! It's an 18.
Thank God
Yep.
for that advantage.
Thank you for the advantage.
Yep, you successfully tie the knot. And after a while, you are able to secure a rope. Wick and Yuki, you see a rope dropped right down from where you guys came from.
He just waves.
I found treasure.
What did you? What'd you find?
Oh, let's see.
He's gonna waddle on
Over. Let's see. 1 gold piece for you.
like in character, like Zeno just laughs. Well, thank you.
No, just above game, like, the way she said that just made me think of, like, a Jewish grandma at Hanukkah handing out the little, like, the little gold wrap coins.
Yep. As they each come down, 1 gold piece for you. 1 gold piece for you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, let's see. I also found a really pretty dagger. Don't worry, it wasn't in a gourd. And a potion.
Okay, Dan, you mind looking at that potion?
Sure. And maybe the dagger will have something interesting, but I'll start with the potion.
I'm assuming you're casting Identify on it?
Yep.
This is a potion of greater healing.
Ooh.
Ooh, yay!
That's 4d4 plus 4, everybody.
Woo.
And we'll relay that information to everyone. We've got a really good potion here, a potion of greater healing.
Yep.
It's
and
like a
as you're
regular potion healing, but better.
Yep. And as you're looking at the dagger, nothing special about it. The blade is just silvered. So a silver dagger.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I could investigate to see if I've seen any markings on these adventures, just in case we have more stuff we gotta relay to other people.
Let's see. From what you can tell as you're looking at the bodies, it's kind of hard to discern anything identifiable about them. They're humanoid, they're medium sized. They've been eaten through quite a bit.
Mm. Ah, poor folk. Well, everyone said that these Terrorfolk are pretty bad, and considering they can fly, and they're about the size of like an axe beak, yeah, no, this just seems like a good service to anybody here.
It
Hey,
it really
sorry.
does. And if anything else, we could stay here for the night.
Yeah, I do feel somewhat bad. I mean, they were just sleeping, minding their own business, and we just sort of unleashed hell upon them.
Look, I was here just with the puppy, and then he started yelling at me.
Yeah. First of all, we all know don't yell at Wick. Wick is a nice little child.
It's true.
And then B, Enoch just gestures broadly at the mangled corpses he was just examining.
I
I don't
mean,
feel bad about this, okay? Goblin rule. If something's gonna eat you, don't feel bad about killing it.
Law of the jungle and all that.
fair enough.
Yeah.
So,
Who wanted to hold on to the potion and the dagger just for the sake of keeping things in order?
Well, I mean, I got no problem with you keeping the dagger. Dan, do you want to hold on to the potion? Maybe see if you can make more of it?
Sure. I'll hang on to that.
Anyone opposed?
no, I was actually going to suggest the same thing. So, what do you guys think of my idea of setting up camp for here tonight?
What time is it?
The sun's just setting over the top of the trees. It's getting to dusk.
Okay.
Yeah.
That way we only has really one way in and one way out.
All right. Well then, shouldn't have to worry too much about watch. We're well inside a cliff face.
The only thing that could
Alright.
really come at us is a flying creature, or
That's
something small enough to get the other way.
That's what the birds thought.
Again, I hope he says that in character.
He did.
Enoch is just
Off to
like
the side.
Enoch does again the finger meme, just holds it up, drops it. That's a very fair point, Wick. Okay. Let's scoop maybe closer to the mouth of the cave then, and keep an eye on that. Oh,
Just for
jeez.
the sake of this, I'm just gonna get rid
Yeah.
of those tokens there. Let's see.
So, like about there or so. And because I know he might be listening to this, I'm gonna pull out my bedroll and set it up. Hello, Mark Allen Jr., if you're listening to this in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Enoch will just be like, okay, if y'all want to start sleeping, he'll just cast up dancing lights. I'm gonna fiddle around here. So far, I'm starting to learn how to make all these like spells do what I want them to. Like,
Oh, David.
It's good.
yeah,
Experimentation is good.
I'll set up an audible alarm just to be extra secure. Probably not going to need it, but in the event of any possible, might as well set it up.
might as well put that in
Alright.
the back because that's the place where we can't really keep an eye on. Like I can just sit here and watch the mouth of a cave for 8 hours.
True. All right. Wanted to
All right.
maybe have. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just asking who's gonna be doing what watch.
I'll just start.
All right. So, Wick is gonna be our first watch. Second.
I'll do second.
All right. Elise on second.
Huh?
Oh wait. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Zeno on second. Sometimes my brain gets crossed.
I'll do
I
a
need to do a
third.
good job. Third for Dan,
Then I'll do last, I guess.
and at least for fourth watch. Okay. Oh boy. All right. So I'm assuming everybody's going to be camping inside the cave. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Assuming Kawasha joins us, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Fast Kawasha Kupalue will shimmy down the chimney.
Oh, and Kwasha, 1 gold coin for you.
Oh, thank you.
How appropriate. We had six major members and 6 coins.
It really worked out.
Koopalua, are you actually interested in gold at all?
Say that again, Enoch.
I said, Koopalua, are you actually interested in gold at all?
Well, I mean, it's good for payments as a guide, but you know, I mostly do the adventuring sort or the guiding sort to deal with the undead. So the payment is a nice perk.
Well, I wasn't talking to Kawasha. I meant literally Koopalua.
Oh, Kupalue. Kupalue just shrugs. And he just kind of does some hand gestures, and Kawasha responds, well, he just enjoys traveling with me, you see. And,
Just want to make sure that we're not excluding him, because he is like my mood kindred.
mm-hmm.
I wanted to speak with everyone if that's all right.
Oh, sure. Before the watches start, go ahead.
Yeah. I want to maybe give you an idea of my past. We've been traveling for a while, and maybe to give you some context as to why I'm so vehemently against hags in general. If you all want to hear it, of course.
Sure.
All right. I guess I should start at the beginning. I never knew my birth parents. Granny Jo found me in a basket in the woods. Maybe my parents were being chased and I got lost in the chaos, or maybe they just didn't want me and decided to let nature take its course. I can't know for certain. Maybe
Join the
that's
club.
something I'll look into when we're done here in Chult. But regardless, Granny Jo took me in and raised me as her own. We had a simple life in our small hut. In the Red Larch Woods, a small garden, a bedroom for each of us, a small kitchen and potions lab. We donated our food scraps to the local animals. Our house was a safe haven for them. We never really went into town. If Granny Jo needed her tools repaired, or if she had a job in town... Oh, I didn't mention that yet, did I? Granny Jo would sell potions to the local townsfolk, praise magical items, if they found them, offer advice, and use her magic to help reveal any lies or conspiracies. She once proved a noble was using some tax money to pay for, ladies of the evening, if, you get my meaning. I thought the people of Red Larch loved her, or at the very least respected her, which is what makes the next part of my story so strange and has fueled my social anxiety ever since. One night, a man came to our hut with his daughter. She was the only friend I had in the village. She was a tiefling with purple skin and raven black hair. Her name was Lilith. The kids in the village bullied me constantly, a half-elf orphan raised in the woods by an old woman. They had a lot of ammo to insult me with. Lilith knew what it was like to be bullied, but she was strong for her age, and easily showed bullies who's boss, and one day, while I was being bullied by a group of kids, shoved on the ground, Lilith slugged their leader in the face, and we were friends ever since. Oh dear, I seem to have gotten a little sidetracked there. Anyway, her father was there to warn us about a woman who had come to the village about a week previously, stirring up trouble in Red Larch, spreading lies about Granny Jo and anyone allied with her. That woman was named Peggy Deadbells. Now, Granny Jo didn't take this threat seriously. She was sure she could get it all under control. But Lilith's father wasn't so sure. He left with Lilith, and that was the last I ever saw her. That's when everything went wrong. We saw the light of multiple torches on the horizon. In a panic, Granny Jo told me to leave and head to the hills. She would talk with these people and make them see reason and come get me when this was all sorted out. She was wrong. I made my way to the hills. I saw many torches and pitchforks wielded by humans, dwarves, and elves. The people of Red Larch, unified in their hatred, fueled by misinformation and lies. My granny pleaded with them, but her cries fell on deaf ears. She was tied to a wooden stake, and her and the hut I called home were set ablaze. I wasn't alone on the hill. The animals of the forest had joined me in mourning the woman that had shown them such kindness. Out of necessity, I had to go back. I needed the shelter. I stayed away from the front of the hut where I just couldn't bear to see her like that. Granny Jo had taught me over the years what plants were edible, and some of the animals of the woods would leave me food from time to time. Perhaps they saw it as paying it forward. Though the predators still chased me, laws of nature and all. I eventually was found by a member of Granny Jo's coven, Auntie Eliza. Every solstice and equinox, Granny Jo and the other witches of the coven would gather for rituals. I'm not going to disclose what those are, as it would break their trust in me. But regardless, Granny Jo would come to these meetings, and after she never showed up, it got them worried. I told her everything. She took me in to complete my training as a witch. At first, I wanted to destroy Red Larch. Kill everyone who destroyed my life and took the only family I ever had. But I realized it's not what Granny Jo would have wanted. She would have wanted me to find Peggy and make her suffer for the crimes. Then maybe try to help the people of Red Larch see the error of their ways. I don't know if I'm strong enough to ever go back to Red Larch. But I can find Peggy. And I will make her suffer for everything she's done to me, and probably countless others. I don't know if Nanny Pu Pu is Peggy, or if she's just some other hag. But I'm not taking that chance. I don't know if when we go back, I'm going to actively kill her or not. But I'm going to have to struggle to not to. Then I'll take a deep breath and look to the side. He's not really sure what else to say after dumping all that on everyone.
That's quite a story.
Wick just kind of nervously twiddles with his scarf.
Oh, I'm sorry that happened. Your granny, she sounded nice. She sounded a lot like my master. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's alright. The past is in the past. There's nothing we can do about it, but I can do my best to live how I feel she would want me to, and to take what is owed, as it were. It feels good to get that out, actually. I've been holding that in. I've never had anyone really to talk to about it. There was Auntie Liza, of course, who understood, but it feels so good to actually have shared it.
Sometimes sharing stuff is actually the best closure you can get. I know it helped my friend Rody, who had dealt with a similar thing for him.
Really?
Yeah, he was or he's a roadrunner Kenku, and he was raised by his grandparents as well. And his grandfather was killed by a group of adventurers that saw him as just a normal monster. That's actually why he came to the university in the first place. We actually helped him out in realizing that revenge is not everything, unfortunately. You have to live your life, you know?
Feel that revenge is a tool to help with closure. I understand it can consume. I haven't seen it do so, but I understand that it can be dangerous. But it can also be healing. If done properly, if you don't let your hate and anger consume you, if you consider what the person who passed wants, vengeance can be a useful tool to motivate one to do what needs to be done. At
Are
least
you?
that's how I feel.
Yeah, but are you sure that's exactly what your granny wants?
That's actually what I was about to ask.
Yeah, you kind of.
Unfortunately, you might be thinking of or confusing what you want with what she would want.
No, I know that's what she wants. If you recall, I said my original plan was to destroy all of Red Larch. I know that's not what she would want. See, witches, we have a sort of ethos, a code, as it were. When someone treats you politely, you give that back in turn. When someone wrongs you, you give them 10 times worse. You do not cross a witch, because it will be the last mistake you ever make. Or you'll make the mistake, and you'll suffer for the rest of your life. We don't like being crossed. Ever.
Well, now I'm starting to understand why you got a problem with all the religious types.
Eh, it's necessity, really. Back in the olden days, it used to be that witches were champions of villages because we were the only people who had magic. It was before magic was given out by the gods to mortals, so we were a necessity to villages. But once the gods started getting angry and demonizing our people, we had to go into isolation. And when you're in isolation for long enough, it can do things to you. It can make you angry. Your anger gets worse, or maybe when people do decide to come, it's a lovely event. You can give them some tea, you can have a nice conversation. And I mean, we don't all just stay in the woods 100% of the time, of course. We have to go into towns to interact with people about getting our tools repaired, or hell, just even to interact with somebody because no one's an island. But we have to live outside because if we stay in those communities, people might eventually turn against us.
Well, all I'm going to say is you keep talking about the old ways this, the old ways that. Now, I was raised by goblins, and goblins in the old ways weren't seen as people. So a lot of people killed them on sight. So I don't put much stock in old ways. So I'm not going to stop you if you find this Peggy Deadbells lady, but I'm also not going to stand by if you just try to kill random people who ain't trying to kill you.
Oh, no, of course. I completely understand. I'm never going to harm an innocent unless they wrong me first.
No. You did not understand what I just said. You said you're going to actively try not to kill Nanny Pu Pu. Unless she does you any wrong, you're not going to try to kill Nanny Pu Pu. Are we understanding each other?
I think I understand what you're putting down now.
Exactly. Just because we assume everything out here is going to try to kill us, doesn't mean we try to kill it on sight. I've seen and killed enough things. Honestly, I probably killed a lot of things that I don't even remember. I'm starting to get control of stuff, and so I'm going to put down some control right now. We ain't just going to go around killing folk.
Well, that all depends on her then, I suppose.
Exactly. If she tries to kill us, well, like you said, give back 10 times. Till then, I suggest you get some rest. You got second watch.
Third, but who's
I-
counting?
At this point, I want everyone to roll a perception check for me.
It would help if I put my glasses on so I could read my sheet.
Reception. That is a 12.
Oh, I did better than Yuki. Weird.
She's already dozing.
She's
She
straight-
killed 2 whole birds. She's exhausted pupper.
He's like
She's-
lying on top of one of the corpses, just so satisfied.
She's dreaming of being big again.
Yeah.
At this point, let's see. Roll for that. Yeah. As everybody begins to set up and start to put out for watches, you hear everyone hears something outside for a split second. And everybody goes to turn as just outside of the cave entrance,
Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
you hear a bunch of beating wings as more Terrorfolk are beginning to fly towards the entrance of the cave, and they lock their eyes on you. And I need everyone to roll initiative once more.
Boy.
Round 2, fleshlights!
Oh no.
Sorry, I was rewatching Super Android 13's abridged movie, and I was like, I had to throw that in there.
Huh. Me and Yuki got the exact same initiative.
Nice.
Now, you all need to understand, we were just having a bonding moment.
We're
Way
trying
to
to
kill the mood!
We're trying to keep our friend from becoming a murder hobo. God damn it!
To be fair, you did have your bonding moment. It just happened to show up right at dusk as you were about to camp in their home.
Now, I do have a quick question. Did our bonding moment last an hour?
I'll say the process of telling the story, sure.
Cool. At least I have both my spell slots back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that must be nice.
Don't you give me that. How many spell slots do you have? I have 2.
Yeah,
mean-
Dad, we only use 2 each.
Yeah, but I have 1 less for my level 2 slots because I gave you that potion of dragon breathing, and 1 less of my 2 for level 3 for enlarging Yuki.
Again, I reiterate, 2 singular slots. That's it. Warlocks have it hard, my friend.
It ain't easy being a warlock. Anyway, Elise, you turn around and you see this group of Terrorfolk coming in just off of stage right as they're beginning to fly around at your level and are making their way towards the cave. What do you do?
Well, she's already on that. I'm gonna go right up to the lip entrance. About how far away are they?
I'll say at this point, they're, within 10 feet of the entrance of the cave.
Alright, well, this boy right in the middle is gonna get hunters marked and shot.
Alright.
$12.
That just hits.
Oh boy. 12 points of piercing damage, hell yeah. And Hunter's Mark damage is 3, and second shot
Alright.
is 21.
Yep, that also hits.
11 piercing,
Alright.
and Hunter's Mark damage again, and now Colossus Slayer because it's taking damage.
Yeah, as you go to draw your arrow, you see this one that's closest to you. You take your bow, you shoot once in the neck, and it flinches and opens its mouth. You take the second shot, and you aim it right down the gullet, and this Terrorfolk plummets and crashes into the cliff face below before it bounces off, plummeting to its death.
Just gonna kind of look at everyone and say, I don't think I need to say that we have company.
No, I imagine you don't.
Alright. The Terrorfolk, as they begin to fly in closer. Ah! Intruders! In our home! How dare they take our place, we will make them pay! As this one is going to fly around 5, 10, 50, 20, 25, 30. He's actually going to do a bag and swoop around, and he's going to dive right into the cave. Right on top of there. This one's going to do much of the same in front of Zeno. These two are going to... Actually, that one's already dead, so get rid of that. These two are going to bank around and attempt to do a dive each on you. And this one is just going to hang back. So, we'll start with the one on Koopalue.
Don't you dare hurt my mood, Kindred.
Yeah, the thing about these creatures, they have multi-attack.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
That's a hit with a bite.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, last time we didn't give him a chance to attack.
Yeah, with the flurry of blows, Koopalue is down.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Just like that.
Alright, next up is gonna be...
Down or dead
Zeno.
are very different things.
Did I get hit?
I'm just rolling the attacks now. That's a soft 20 to hit.
That hits.
You take 5 points of piercing damage from the bite, and you are currently frightened of this creature. And then it's going to follow up with 2 claw attacks.
So that's why they're called Terrorfolk.
So let's see, that's a +4. That's a 12 and a 13 to hit.
Both those hit because unfortunately my AC is 12. Actually, wait. The first one I cast shield.
Alright, so they both bounce off as you...
Do I need to
quickly
roll
raise
for that
up your
one?
staff. No, that's fine. So, your AC is currently 17?
Yep.
Alright. So at least you're gonna get 2 sets of multi-attacks on you. So
Oh,
we'll
no.
start with the bite on the first one. That's a 9, which I assume that misses.
Nope. Yeah, that misses.
Natural 20 on the first claw attack. So 10. 12 points of slashing damage, and you're now frightened of this thing. Second one misses. And now moving on to the second Terrorfolk. That's another nat 20 on a bite.
Oh god.
I just rolled max damage on that. That's 18 points of piercing damage.
Stop!
Why would you do that? Milla, what's wrong with you?
I hate to say this, but isn't it supposed to be max damage anyway because of the rules?
Right.
Yeah.
Not
Oh
when
god,
critical.
you're right.
I rolled max on the dice as well. So.
Why are you
Thankfully,
trying to kill him?
Thankfully, the other claw attacks miss.
God.
But yeah, that's all that they can do this turn. Unless, wait a minute. This one's actually gonna fly in, and he's actually gonna dive bomb right for you, Wix. So, because the cave is just tall enough that he could do that. So, bite misses. First claw. That's a 15, which just barely misses. The second claw, that's a 19 to hit.
That does hit.
So you take a total of 3 slashing damage as he goes to dive bomb into you and takes damage from the claws. And you are currently frightened.
Okay.
And that brings us now to Zeno.
Alright, so refresh my memory. What does Frighten do?
It gives you a disadvantage on attack rolls against creatures as long as the source of your fear is within line of sight, and you cannot actively move closer towards it.
Well, because of that, he's just gonna aim right, or like set it up where it's right there, where it hits both of those guys. Thunderwave.
I mean,
Alright, that's gonna be 2 con saves. Actually,
And then
3 con
Where's-
saves because this will also hit this one in the back there.
or Thunderwave is only 10 feet.
15.
Or is it 15?
Yes.
I mean, I guess if they stay like that, I could do next.
I'm gonna hit it at second level because why not?
All right. So the 2 in the back fail and the 1 in the front saves. So that's 13 points on a fail. Alright, so that's that and that. And then those 2 get pushed back 10 feet.
It's like, I can't move, but they can!
Oh, well, that ruined my plan. It's fine.
Hey, I just got attacked. I'm gonna do the first thing that makes sense.
I mean, you know, I was thinking about it because I did mention it earlier. You have the lightning breath potion you could have taken and attacked them all with that too.
I was going to do that until I was told I was afraid, and I was like, okay, if he's afraid, he wouldn't be thinking straight.
That's fair. I can probably still make this work with what I was planning to do. Not too far knocked away.
Alright, anything else, Zeno?
That's it.
Alright. Kawasha, taking inspiration from what you did, he's gonna move right next to Wick. As he too also casts Thunder Wave. At first level.
Okay.
Alright, so that's gonna be 2 more con saves. Ooh, that's a good roll for you, though. Let's see. Failure. And they both fail. He did almost max damage on a first level.
Damn.
All I'm gonna say is I'm looking forward to my turn because I finally get to try something and it'll be fun.
Alright, at least I want you to make a dex save for me real quick.
Oh no. I am proficient. 11.
11. We'll say you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as this Terrorfolk gets bogged off of you and winds up recovering right above you. But it's not enough to get it quite past. Alright. This one gets pushed back 10 feet as well. Alright. That'll bring us to Wick.
Alright, well, once again, the little pumpkin children start dancing around. So, Spirit Guardians.
Alright. That's a 15-foot radius. You're currently frightened, so you cannot move closer to them, so...
That's fine, I don't need to move right now.
The only one that it'll affect so far is this one here, so that's that con save. It passes, so it only takes half.
But if it
But
dies,
still,
that's
9
the source of their fear gone.
But not 8 points. Yep. True. True. But it's definitely looking very bloodied. Anything else for your turn?
Is there a way to break the fear?
The only way would be to break your line of sight on it. If it's removed. But aside from that,
Okay.
not currently.
Okie dokie, well, that's all I can do then.
Well, actually, the target is frightened, and actually, I forgot, I misread this. The frightened condition lasts until the end of your turn, so...
Oh, okay.
As it gets blasted away from you, and gets to the end of your turn, you're no longer frightened of it. Same with you and yours, Zeno. And
Sweet.
yours. Well, at least you're still technically frightened. So...
Still
All right.
technically.
Also, Lisa's in a very frightening position, all things considered.
Mhm.
Give me a minute.
Alright. Yuki's turn.
All right. She's gonna run up to this one, Bark giving the help action, so anyone attacking that one has advantage.
Alright.
All
Speaking
right.
of which, Dan, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to cast Moonbeam. I know, shocking. But I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level instead of my normal. And I'm putting it right here.
Ooh, all right. Let's get
Dan-
some con saves for these boyos.
Dan's like,
Failure.
I'm gonna do what's called a pro gamer move.
Failure.
You interrupted our
Pass.
moment, so I interrupt your life.
Yeah, you really hurt this one. The one that's closest to Elise, which I'm not sure. That was the one that took down Louis. That one drops and falls off the cliff dead. This one passed, so they take 12. Took quite a bit of damage. Alright, Louis' turn.
Oh wait, there are two still live. I have my bonus action.
Alright, bonus action. My apologies.
I'm going to point my spell focus at this one,
Okay.
and it's going to glow a dark blue, and he's going to say Ignis Maleficia, and immediately it starts glowing with a dark blue aura, and anyone who hits that one has advantage. I cast
Alright.
Witchfire.
Excellent. Alright, so we'll see. Alright. Go to Louis' turn. Then pass. Enoch, it's your turn.
Okay. Enoch looks really mad, especially after everything that just happened, like, between us. So instead of the usual red where he loses control, you guys will see a new color as the blue that glow in his eye and across his body turns to a very dark purple. And he says, leave my friends alone, as I cast, and that is at command, at which point grovel on these three flying creatures on a cliff face.
Alright.
So that's a DC 14 wisdom save for each of them.
Wisdom saves. Okay.
That is
Alright.
amazing to think about. I just realized what you're doing.
Alright. Alright. That. And above game, by the way, they all failed.
Nice.
So they all go
Fantastic.
prone in the air. I've been saving that because we have not fought a single thing that could speak to us.
Yeah.
Almost got rid of
so,
it, but now I'm not.
Alright. Elise, it's now your turn.
Okay. Yeah, the other
Uh,
one could do-
So, are either of these guys actually? Am I within their threat range if I were to move?
Yes, you are currently within 5 feet of this one as well as this one that is next to and 5 feet above you.
Well, technically the other
Okay.
one's prone, so he'd only be in 5 feet of the one behind him.
Yeah. Well, on their turn, they will go prone.
Ah.
Okay.
I'm in a bad position here. You know what? F it. I'm just gonna disengage.
Alright.
Wise move.
Oh dang, I should have moved. I realized on my turn.
30.
Whoops.
35. Yep. I'll still bonus action Hunter's Mark this one because I'm pretty sure the one that I had marked, hit the bucket. So
Yep.
he's gonna get marked, but then I'm booking it. Above game, I'm at 9 HP.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
all-
these
no.
Terrorfolk are no
No,
joke.
I lied. I'm at 5 HP.
Ooh.
Yeah. Alright.
I should gently remind for the record there is a small pumpkin patch around the cave
Yep.
from last game.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
There's
yeah.
at least 2 pumpkins, I think, that died from.
That'll be third
me-
level, so don't worry, you'll be fine.
Yep.
Well,
So-
I was gonna say, what would you consider? Would that be an action or a bonus action to use one?
I believe
Was
it's
it
a bonus
specified?
action. Let me. I've got to pull up the Word document, unless Caitlin got
Let's
it.
see, where is consume pumpkin? Let me reduce.
Because if it's a bonus action, I would rather do that than Hunter's Mark.
The
Alright.
gourd can be consumed as a bonus action.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
they'll
allow you to
allow
take
that.
that back and
All
go
right.
and nom on pumpkin.
And it's
So-
what 3d6. 6. Okay.
Yep.
Yep. I'm a nom. Wow. That's
It's better than what you had, man.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you
Heaven or
didn't
hell,
get 3
hell.
ones, and it's a lot better than that.
All right.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Well, all right. It's the Terrorfolk's turn.
And they
This
start their
one,
turn.
seeing as how badly injured it is going to fly out of the cave. While these three, they don't exactly fall prone, but they do manage to land. This one on the ledge here, this one over here, and they do fall prone. So they're spending their whole turn to do that.
I did have a question. This one, did he fly through the moonbeam? Because it's 40 feet up, I believe.
Yep. Let's go ahead and roll the damage for that as it fails.
I already did. 14.
Yep. It
And
grazes the moonbeam, and without even thinking, it grazes the wing, and it lets out a painful shriek as it plummets to the earth below.
And those two
Boyo.
start their turn in it, correct?
Yeah, so they'd
Yep.
also have to do the roll.
Yeah. So this one, yeah, that one went through it. This one went through it. So that's gonna be 2 more saves. They pass, so they only take half.
Boyo and Spirit Guardians needs to do his save too.
Oh yes, thank you for reminding me. And that one's so go ahead and give me a roll for that.
They might not even get to grovel, honestly.
Well, if they do, that's an auto crit for us. Who would have guessed the guy with Booming Blade would have combined that with something that would make someone prone? Not me. I'm not a power gamer.
Funny, as this one knocks prone, realizing, oh no, what have I done? It lets out a painful shriek and just collapses onto the floor dead.
I just imagine all of the pumpkin children are just dancing on it.
Oh yeah, they are. They're doing like little cartwheels, and then they do like a little kick as they pass by him.
Fuck you, vaudeviled him.
Yep. All right, Zeno, it's your turn. As I believe, yeah, this one was the one that had made you frightened of it. So the Sorcery of Fear is still currently within range.
Yeah, but it's been a turn, hasn't it?
Oh right, yeah. I completely forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, you are no longer frightened.
And if you hit it, ooh.
It's
Yeah,
basically.
and it is prone in front of you.
So I'm just gonna cast a firebolt because I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna waste my lightning breath on just a single guy.
All right,
Yeah.
flat roll because you're at melee range with a spell and it's prone. 20 hits, roll damage.
2e. Haha! 13
just-
points of damage.
I like just to imagine as you see this thing go prone, you just extend your staff, point it right at this thing's temple, and shoot up the fire bolts, and it just knocks it backward and it lands on its back. About halfway hanging off the ledge, it is dead.
There's a quick flash of orange. Look what you made me do.
So like, I just thought, as soon as he does that, he puts his staff forward, and it looks like whenever you got set on fire in Spiral 1, where Spiral's just a charred heap and then falls backwards.
Mm-hmm. Right. Kawasha is going to make his way over as he's going to cast Cure Wounds on Kawasha and almost bring him back up to max health, so he's fine.
Good. I had to roll command instead of spare the dying on him. I was like, please, just stay alive, Mood Kindred.
Alright, but yeah, as the scars, he has a really nasty scar on his chest and his neck from that attack. So, Wick, it's now your turn.
Bye. I'll just take a couple of steps over here with the
Do-de-do-de-do-de-do.
let's see. He's now gonna be all good. You know what? I'm not gonna move quite there. I'm gonna keep at least one more step away. But he's still in spirit guard. And we are now going to do a guiding bolt.
23 hits, roll damage. Because it's glowing from...
And the auto crit damage
the
too. Bro.
Well, not necessarily from the prone, but... Oh my god, you still almost rolled max damage on it for 23 points of radiant damage.
Oh my god.
How do you want to do this, Wick? As you line up your shot just right.
I just like to imagine that all the little pumpkin children just start crawling all over him, just like for a ride and things like that, and then we can just blast them apart, and they all just kind of fall on their little butts as he disappears into ash.
Alright. And with that concludes combat. Once more.
That was unexpected.
Indeed. Can we go to bed now?
Sure. You guys can go away now. Thank you.
And he dispels.
I was about to say, Enoch will just pick up the pumpkin that's left of the one and just hand it over to Elise. You look like you could use this.
Yeah, she'll take another one.
So that's just 1d6 though.
Well, I think I just yeah, it is. Yeah, that was... yeah.
I'll take 2 more HP.
There's also the other one from the last battle as well.
I mean, unless you want to stuff it down Kalua's mouth, and I'll take the other one.
Kupalue kindly puts a hand up and he refuses the additional healing as he's just kind of feeling up that brand new gnarly scar he has on his neck and his chest.
And I guess I'll take it and not let it go to waste if nobody else wants it.
Go ahead. That's what they're there for.
So I guess they were working in shifts, the Terrorfolk. He looks around the cave. I don't think they all would have fit in here at the same time.
You still feel Does anyone still feel bad about jumping the first batch?
No.
Not anymore.
I mean, I didn't feel all that bad the first time, really, but...
I'm just making sure we all learned our lesson.
Kawasha just kind of ponders for a little bit. If that were the case, maybe they just halted the groups, perhaps. Who knows? Hopefully there aren't any more of them.
Well,
Be extra vigilant tonight, because unfortunately this watch has got a lot more hectic.
Well, maybe we shouldn't camp in here.
I mean, we couldn't get probably much farther for any kind of safety. These cliffs don't exactly have a lot of coverage.
I guess.
Also, there's the whole thing of would you rather be in a cave with mostly covered or open where they can easily just surround us?
I guess it's a good point.
It's not an ideal solution either way, but I would rather be in a cave at this point.
Agreed.
Okay. Alright, so first watch, I believe it was Wick, right?
Yeah.
Well, Wick and Enoch. Remember, Enoch don't sleep.
Wick and Enoch. Right, Enoch does not sleep. He does not need to sleep. Alright, perception checks.
Oh, 20.
20 and 8 from Wick. Yeah, seems relatively peaceful as you kind of take some glances out through the cave. You don't see any Terrorfolk flying about, thankfully, but you do see another creature kind of similar in shape as it makes a diving swoop right next to the cave entrance. It doesn't notice that you're there, but It seems like it's descending the cliff face and going down towards the river bases below.
Oh, great. There's even more big, scary things that fly around here.
It's definitely not a very restful night.
Well, at least this one isn't interested in us, so that's good.
Aside from that, nothing else happens during your watch. My apologies. Didn't mean to cut that off.
Yeah. Also, Bug Game, like at this point, Enoch would probably be like, "So, Wick, why do you keep summoning little pumpkin people?"
Wick starts to fiddle a little bit nervously with his scarf.
Well, to be honest, well, I guess Dan already knows. I'm not actually a halfling.
What? You're not?
No, I'm actually kind of a little pumpkin as well.
Enoch will be like, "Huh? What?" Then they'll start like the slow maths.
The one hamster wheel turning in his head.
Wick will just slowly take off his helmet.
Well, this certainly explains a lot. Like, if you had shown me this, like, when we started, I'd probably be, like, surprised. But at this point, not a lot surprises me.
Wick kind of, like, rubs the back of his head.
Yeah, I guess. Honestly, what with a lot of the plant people that have kind of been around, I guess it's a lot easier than back home. A lot of the people back home are really scared of me.
I mean, people back home were scared of me too, but you're good people, so you shouldn't have to worry, especially going around with us. We're all a bunch of weirdos.
He giggles.
Yeah,
Alright, well, you go ahead and lay down. I'll wake up Elise.
okay.
Actually, it's Zeno's the second watch.
You know what? Just for the giggles, just for the fun of it, Wick is going to forget to put on his helmet as he goes to wake him up. So he has a little pumpkin child over him.
But
Bye-bye, then.
okay, what?
Yeah, Wick's a pumpkin person.
He blinks. And he feels for a second.
Oh, yeah.
Okay then.
Okay then, that's it.
To be
After
fair, Wick,
everything we've been through,
you're talking to the guy who lost all his hair and then grew it back in one day, Wick. I think he's the weirdest of all of us.
and the guy that literally teleported in the first day you met me.
I mean,
He
that's
blinks
just
slowly.
Oh, fine. I guess.
Gonna go back over and he's gonna thump his little helmet back on.
Okay, I'm gonna go night now.
good night.
Zeno and Enoch, go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
11.
And that is a 18.
Yeah, as you're kind of glancing out over the river valley, the clouds begin to roll in, and it actually starts to rain. Yeah, front's moving in from the west, and it begins to pour quite heavily as your watch continues. Not really much else happens during this watch.
You know, always been calm, or it's always calming the sound of rain.
I could take it or leave it.
Just always reminds me back home.
Yeah, I'm sure they miss you.
I hope they do.
As Enoch, you notice that On your good humanoid hand, you notice there's a particularly big mosquito that is landing and trying to find purchase on your hand.
No!
Roll an attack to hit.
Okay,
Get above a 2.
I guess I'll just do dex for this.
Yep.
19.
Yep, and with the resounding, as you smack it, it gets splatted and it just falls limp. Rests right on your hand.
Yep, and then Enoch's just gonna be like, I always forget that the other one is metal. Ow!
Yes. I think we need to make sure we put on bug spray in the beginning of the morning.
I mean, well, we're basically wearing off the last one we put on, but still. Man, that hurt more than the bug bite. Ow, ow. But less than the shivers. Let's just. Oh.
Let's
Really
be
don't even
honest.
hate this jungle.
Who likes mosquitoes? I mean, really, what do they even do?
I mean, something. I don't know. Ask a druid.
I don't even think druids like them.
I mean, you don't have to like something to know how it works.
That's fair.
I mean, look at me in magic, okay? I didn't even understand that magic, like, how it worked. And then I found out I am magic. Now, I'm figuring out how to make magic work. I still don't like any of this, but I know it.
You'll get used to it.
I'd rather not, but it seems kind of unavoidable.
All right. As your watch continues, it begins to be close to the end of your shift, so.
Alright, so I shall go wake up Enoch. Or not Enoch,
I was about to say,
wake up Enoch, he's already awake. Oh, I already
Enoch,
did it.
wake up.
I'll-
What?
Wake up Elise.
Ah!
I have slept once in the last 2 years, and when I did, I grew more metal bits. I'm not looking to fall asleep again.
Yeah, like, goes wake up Elise.
That was
I was
Dan.
third watch.
Yeah.
Go ahead and kind of just park at the entrance to the mouth of the cave.
All right. All right. Roll a perception check for me.
18.
18.
I got 6.
And you got a 6, C-Doc. All right. Elise, as you're looking out into the river valley, seeing as how this is definitely heavily obscured from the rain that's pouring, one thing that you do notice is that off in the distance, you barely are able to notice it. There is a large form that you see barely in sight. That's probably about a couple 100 feet away, and as you see it move into frame, as you're looking out, it banks and it begins to fly south further away from you. And you see this form has a pair of massive wings as it's flying away from you with a long, slender tail.
Could I maybe roll a nature check offhand to see if I know what that might be?
Let's see. Nature or Arcana?
Oh boy.
I'm gonna roll nature because I'm proficient in it. 19.
19. For what you could have made out, there were a couple of spines that you saw in the back. Looks draconic in nature. Might have been a dragon.
Did I get a sense of the color at all?
Not from how dark it is, though.
Hmm.
You're just able to make out the shape.
Yeah, just mental note for later, and just keep an eye out, keep watching.
I'm sure it's fine.
There be
Yeah, it's
dragons,
fine.
apparently.
I'm s-
Draconic figures.
with the way this watch is set up, I just imagine Enoch just lets Elise do most of it because Sentinel murder machine. He's just fiddling around with his wrist display.
Makes sense. Yeah. Aside from that, nothing else happens during your watch.
I would say at some point, Elise would notice that and actually kind of like turn to Enoch, who's probably just sitting somewhere, and just kind of like call him over for a minute.
Yeah, what you need?
We might have dragons to deal with further south, or something draconic in nature. I'm not entirely sure. I just saw the silhouette.
Okay. Now you're gonna watch as Enoch puts both his hands, like prayer hands in front of his face, in front of his nose. Lips go very, very taut, and you get you don't even need the insight to just understand he is screaming internally. He has never seen a dragon. He only has very very scary bumpkin stories of dragons are basically natural disasters that can just decide to come and show up and make your life miserable. And now there's possibly one here. Yeah, he is just
Would I have been able to gauge the size of it, like in terms of whether it would qualify as like large, huge, whatever?
Based on the size and the distance, it was huge.
Probably she would also kind of relay that information as well.
any Enoch could just be like, any size dragon is bad dragon.
Now it could also be a dinosaur. We're not sure.
Well, I put it this way, okay? Even the smallest dinosaurs we've run into nearly killed all of us. So this is just as dangerous information anyway.
You know what? Fair point.
I'm gonna go sit back down and just try to parse all this. Again, just internal screaming.
And your watch draws to a close then.
Eventually, everybody stirs awake.
Oh.
That was a good sleep. I thought I had third watch, huh?
Above game, we all were really confused on watches.
Hey, listen, you try to remember who's the proper person to wake up when you're sitting awake for 8 hours, okay?
I mean, kind of,
Also, in our defense as well, we were setting up watches, and then we were attacked by raptors, basically,
Yeah.
or by
I-
flying or things.
and I suppose technically Elise only needs 4 hours of rest for meditation, so I could have handled the rest of the night anyways.
I mean, it's fine, I suppose. I don't have the best sight. It's mostly Yuki who'd be doing the watch because she's got really good smell and hearing.
And as everybody's kind of like getting everything together, Elise would kind of walk up to the rest of the party and just kind of make the announcement of like, so I let Enoch know this last night, but during the last stages of the watch, I may have observed a dragon flying to the south.
Fuck.
Ooh.
Great.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
I can't 100% say for sure if it's a dragon or a dinosaur. That was mostly just the silhouette, but it was definitely draconic in nature. Definitely huge.
I honestly don't care which one. Both of them don't sound good right now.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, either one is bad, but at least we know now what to expect.
Well, me and Wick saw one dinosaur, but it seemed to only really care about fish.
I wonder if it was its child.
I don't know how that works, but I'm terrified either way.
Would I know how well dinosaur or dragon parts would sell out here for,
Uh, let's see.
or just in general?
I guess roll me a wisdom check.
11. Oh, that was a
That's
save, not a check. It's the same thing. I'm not proficient, so.
okay. You get the sense that when it comes to dinosaurs or dragons, you think the bigger the prize, the bigger the reward.
Yeah. You guys are like talking about danger, and there's actually a bit of a twinkle in Elise's eye of like, hmm. But we could net quite a fancy payout if we did manage to kill it.
Elise, I recognize that glint. Doubt I'm gonna change your mind, but just think about it this way. That thing was miles away and still giant. We were nearly eaten alive by things only about 5 feet taller than us. And also almost
Yeah.
eaten alive by things 3 feet shorter than us.
He has a very good point, unfortunately.
I wish
I'd
I
say.
didn't.
Oops, sorry.
No, you're not just going, I wish I didn't.
I'd say if we happen to stumble upon the dragon, we'll defend ourselves and then we'll get a decent haul from that. But I
Dan,
don't know if we
Dan,
should actively search for it.
Dan, we'll try to defend ourselves. It won't work.
Yeah, I'm not sure if your granny told you anything about it, but in my village, they basically talked about dragons the same way you would talk about trying to fight a tornado.
Much would I know about dragons?
Roll an Arcana check for me.
All right, I am really good at that. 15.
When it comes to dragons, uh, you would know as far as your relationship with magic and stuff. Certain dragon parts can be used for higher level potions or magic items. There is some magical essence when it comes to dragons in that regard. Uh, as far as anything else pertaining to that, dragons are definitely a known threat, depending upon what type of dragon you tend to face. Obviously,
Gotcha.
the color of their scales denotes what type of dragon or elemental damage they tend to do. Yeah, basic knowledge like that when it comes to dealing with dragons.
Okay. I mean, it really depends on what kind of dragon it is. Could get some useful potion materials out of that, some stuff to sell. So people have been able to beat them before. It's just a defeatist attitude to say, oh, well, you can't beat them. I mean, somebody has to have beaten them before. Otherwise, the world would be full of dragons and no one else.
Above game, thinking of Tyranny of Dragons. uh, I'm just saying, I'm filing the dragon in the same category as the giants, as this is a big continent. I hope we never see it again.
It's fair. Like I said, I don't think we should actively seek it out, but if the opportunity presents itself,
Yeah.
Well,
Also,
what if it's nice?
I mean, if it's nice, then it's nothing we have to worry about.
Hey, I hope we meet it.
well, if
Wouldn't it
we
be
do,
cool to have a dragon friend?
I'm almost scared to ask this, but could you tell what color it was?
Yes, no, maybe.
Chaco.
Sorry,
He asked if you knew what color it was.
I didn't get a good look. It was too dark.
As long as it's not a black or a red scale, we might be okay. Those are the two that I've heard that are the most vicious.
Well, that's a later problem. I say we put on our bug spray and go see Nanny Pu Pu.
Just out of curiosity, if you need to make me roll again, that's fine. But with the 19 nature, if I could use that, would I be able to piece together like what's the highest percentage of what color dragon that could potentially be in this area?
Sure, give me I guess another nature or history check.
Love game, I have some guesses.
Same here.
9.
You're not exactly sure what kind of dragon it could have been. Or based on... It could be like any kind of dragon, really.
Okay.
To be fair, I know one YouTuber who does a whole video series of you'd be surprised on how hard it is to identify one.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, with all of that out of the way, what's the party's plan from here?
Off to Nanny Pu Pu.
Yeah.
All right.
Could we take a break for a second?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
well-
really need a pee.
Yeah. Actually, I know we have been going for quite a while, but yeah, we could probably take a quick pee break and wrap this up for tonight then, shortly after.
All
Sounds
right.
good. All right,
Let's
I'll
get
stick with
close
chat
to the
first
car.
until someone gets back.
I'm gonna grab some water.
Go. So I'm good.
So, guys, I hope you're having fun. We
Yeah.
got to have the second most roleplay we've ever had.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just glad that now in universe, you'd be like, okay, now I understand pumpkin and bumpkin. Yeah, that makes sense. But I will also step away real quick, so I will be right back.
Okie I will babysit. Hello, chat. How are you? I hope everybody is well tonight. Yum. Yeah, ain't too bad. It has been a fun session, so.
And I have returned.
Welcome back.
Yeah. But above game, like I was saying, that one YouTuber, I want to say his name is Mr. Rex. He did a whole great series on what they don't tell you about dragons. And one of my favorite things he ever explained was talking about black dragons. So black dragons are the most dangerous because even with dark vision, you can't tell what scales they are.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a handy way that if your character learns in-game that you can use. Black dragons are called skull dragons because their skin is pulled so taut across their face, it basically is just their skull.
That's pretty cool, though.
Oh, yeah,
I have
no.
always, like, design-wise, I have actually always really liked the black dragons a lot.
Oh, yeah. My favorite two chromatic dragons are green and blue, mostly because they can have the most interaction with a party, since they're dragons who are like, no, I'll actually talk to you. You might be useful, so I might let you live.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I just
I'm
love...
back.
Returned.
Plus, I kind of love the dopey unicorn horn of the blue dragon.
All right. I am back as well.
Okay,
How are you
Nick.
looking for everybody else?
Present.
I am Heather.
President.
I think we're just
I did
waiting on-
want to bring something up because it's funny.
Go ahead.
So, with Enlarge Familiar, the Latin I use for all the different spells, I do like basic translations of the spell, but sometimes I'll make them different phrases instead. For Enlarge Familiar, I made it a meme. It's, I could just tell you what it is, but I'll just say it's from Power Rangers.
I know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to figure out once I give you that.
It's like as soon as you give me that, oh yeah, says or you're telling the guy who literally has 3 Megazords sitting right next to him on his table.
I mean, I have a collection of SH figure arts all around me. Most of it Kamen Rider, but I have at least some Sentai.
Meanwhile, in the background.
Actually,
knew
I,
I
don't,
wanted to make
I
it
shared it
that
on
immediately.
I shared it on the other thing, but let me show you what's currently sitting on my desk right now.
And to answer your question, El Robot, black dragons, they typically love living in swamps, specifically ruins of other civilizations. So sometimes the bones are there, sometimes not. They have one of the weirdest collection themes.
Mhm.
Like I said, if you could look up those videos, which is what they don't tell you about, then insert color dragon, you'll have a good time. Videos are like 10 to 15 minutes each, so you learn a little bit that can help as a DM or as a player.
All right. If everybody's back, I think we can wrap this up then.
Say, I just want to say, mentioning Power Rangers, I currently have 5 Lightning Collection figures of the SPD squad on my shelf.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
I'm missing Yellow, which hasn't been released yet, and Omega Ranger, which is kind of hard to find right now.
All right. But yeah, let me just as you make your way back to Mabala, easy enough. You're close enough to the cliffside in order to deal with them, and you make your way back. And as you make your way back into Mabala, you're getting closer to Nanny Pu Pu's hut, and you see, it's weird. As you're making your way closer, you see, you hear a bunch of flattering wings as you get closer. And as you're looking around the hut, you do see a bunch of flying monkeys are actually making their way down towards this hut.
Oh my god, and Nanny Pu Pu's the Wicked Witch of the West.
I was just thinking that.
I mean, this would be more unsettling if we didn't know flying monkeys were a regular thing here.
I know, right? If we hadn't seen them actually before this, I'd be like, what the fuck are those?
Has she been watching this whole time in a cauldron? Cackling
Wait.
to herself?
Where are you?
Oh my god, and it fits. I'll get you! And your little dog, too!
All right.
Oh,
So,
fuck, I just realized I'm the Tin Man.
And Wick is the scarecrow.
I'm the scarecrow, yeah.
Okay, so
my
Dan was like, Dad leaves on me. Which one of us is the cowardly lion?
You.
I'm gonna say Zeno, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't want to just proclaim that.
All right. So, as you make your way closer, you see Nanny Pu Pu, and you see these monkeys are actually handing her a bunch of fruit, and she turns her eyes like, "Oh, thank you, dearie. Off with you, shoo, shoo." And as these monkeys start taking off again, she turns around, "Oh, there you are. I was wondering if everything was all right. You didn't come back last night."
There were a lot of birds, so we decided to take a nap in their cave.
Oh,
Which turned out to be good and bad, because it turned out there was a lot more than we thought.
yes, I remember there was a lot of them that were around there, but it is good that you said you were able to take care of them, yes?
Yeah.
Ah, excellent. Now, as she just, as she begins to clear her throat, and she, Dan, I want you to roll another perception check real quick.
Oh, good. I'm terrible at that.
Can I roll as well?
16, though?
I'll just say this is for Dan, unless anybody else has it. You notice that Nanny Pu Pu has, again, given you another stink eye when she says that, yes, for the reason why you're back here, as she gives you the quick stink eye, but manages to compose herself as she closes her eyes.
Dan will return it to her when he sees it.
Well, yes, that one known as Peggy Deadbells. It has been quite some time, but I have ran into her, apparently. I believe she was traveling by herself. I'm not exactly sure why, but it appears as though she went to the south. And she points off, towards the southern face. And practically towards the mountains in the Dread Valley over there, I believe.
Refresh
I feel
my
like we
memory.
all just. I feel like we all just collectively blink at that.
I was about to say,
Mhm.
refresh my memory. Is that towards where we're headed because of Wick's vision?
Above game, yes.
Enoch will just pinch the bridge of his nose. Of course she is.
Well, that works out wonderfully for us then, since that's exactly where we're heading. Fantastic news. Dan's gonna say this a little condescendingly. Thank you for the information. I do appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, Grammy.
To be fair, I suppose there is one other thing I can tell you. She was sporting a rather unusual bag. I can't help but think that she possibly had made that out of skin of some sort. She definitely looked very foreboding as she made her way through my ruins. Something seemed off about her. Let me think about it for a moment. As she ponders and ponders a moment.
Above game, Enoch just like, so the lady who's surrounded by mountains of skulls is unnerved by someone's skin bag. This bodes well.
Oh, now I remember what she looked like. She wore a heavy peg leg that she was thumping about, and everywhere she walks, every once in a while, I could have sworn I saw yellow gas.
Ah, good, a walking fart cloud.
Well, that's ominous.
Dan's. So, her name is Peggy because of the. He taps his leg. That's really on the nose.
Honestly, would you really expect anything else?
Fair enough.
It's like pirates. Like, they're not really the best at naming things.
Well, now I'm just assuming that she's got a bunch of bells that don't make any sound.
Possibly, maybe they're in the bag.
Well, either way, I mean, thank you for all your help, Nanny Pu Pu.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, please, before you go, here. As she just kind of reaches out, the fruit that she had in her hand from the flying monkey, there's also another pile next to it. Come, young whippersnappers just like you need to grow up and strong. Here, have some fruit before you set out for your journey.
Oh boy.
Wick takes one.
There you are. Thank you.
How?
Easy
Yes.
enough. She hands you a mango and you just go and eat it.
Yummy.
Damn,
And
double
then-
face palms.
Yeah, Enoch will eat the mango too, mostly because he saw the monkeys bringing it.
For you in part... Oh, go ahead. Didn't mean to cut
Let's
you
say
off.
Elisa's gonna take a mango.
It's gonna
Could
look
I
at
ma-
Elise before she eats it.
Could I make a survival check to see if I can tell if it's been, tampered with?
Sure, go ahead.
22.
22. Yeah, you looking at around this. Seems normal. Doesn't appear to be poisoned or tampered with.
She'll just very slowly take a bite and
Tastes good.
figuring that there is nothing else wrong with it, she'll just eventually take she'll just eventually eat the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Now for you, Dan, she has a very particular looking fruit. This one is very spiky
Mm.
and a pale pinkish flesh. And as you look at it, it gives off a rather putrid odor.
Mm.
Give him a durian.
Yep.
Before anything, one more attempt, I'd like to be 100% certain if I can tell that she is, in fact, confirm my suspicions, a hag. Because I don't
Alright.
want to be rude to just another witch, and he might apologize if he finds that
Alright.
information.
How are you determining this?
I don't. Well, if she is a hag, she's probably going to be in a human form right now. This is probably her closest human form. So when she gets close, I'm going to do a light investigation, and I have advantage on this using my moonlight illusionist to see if this is an illusion that's around her.
Okay.
Nothing like
ahead.
untoward, just looking.
Alright. Investigation with advantage.
15.
Alright. And is that against. Now, how would I go about opposing that?
All right, let me see.
Yeah, if you could cook that ability.
True nature of illusion. Actually, I should probably just post it in the chat. There we go. See if it says anything. When you're in the coven, you have advantage on investigation checks when you're concerned.
Oh,
True nature of
I suppose that
illusion.
would be her spell save DC or her. Yeah, I suppose that
Yeah.
would be her spell save DC. Let me just look up. Yeah, and let's see, your save was 15.
Yes.
Yeah, you get the slightest glint of what you could pick up as illusion magic enveloping her. For a split second, you notice it.
Ah. So then Dan no longer feels any shame. He's going to look down at the fruit, look up at her. Thank you so much. You know, I feel like I was a bit rude. I've been going through a lot, you see. Peggy's put me through some bit, and he'll get a little closer to her and whisper in her ear so no one else can hear. I know you're a hag, and if not for my friends here, I would kill you. But I can be civil. We'll leave and never have to see each other ever again. Fair enough?
As you go to tell her that, she has a banana, and as she's going to, chew on the banana, she hears what you says, and she just slowly crushes what banana is left in her hand, and just.
Dan will smile as if nothing is wrong.
Fair enough. You shall go your way, and I shall remain here, dearie.
Fantastic. Have a pleasant life. We should get
You-
going, everyone.
Bye. Be
Bye, dearie.
careful of the dinosaurs.
And we'll wave. Little pep in his step.
All right. As you begin to depart away from the ruins of Babala, hopefully to never see the likes of Nanny Pu Pu again, that is where we're going to end our session for tonight.
Right.
Do you want to add
Yay.
one little bit of flavor? Once she's out of eyeshot, he eats the fruit as far away as he possibly can.
All
Not
right.
trusting her for a second.
That was a good waste of
Cool.
really
Make a
good
con
fruit.
save. Make a con save for the taste.
No,
No,
I'm saying he
He
throws
eats
it.
it.
I
Yeah,
yeeted it
Oh, you
away
threw it.
from me.
Okay. Ah, okay.
I'm not gonna trust her. Fuck that noise. Bye-bye, cursed fruit.
Hey, I'm just
All right.
saying, when you're raised by a goblin matriarch and another matriarch puts food in your hands, you eat it. That's just how it goes.
I wouldn't trust her for a second. I trust her as far as I could throw that dragon from last night.
Well,
But-
the mango was really tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you ate that, I had a mini panic attack. But, it seemed to go well. I guess she had no real reason to dislike you. But, I think we're square now.
Also,
You know,
who could dislike Wick? They're a treat.
True.
Yay!
Wick is
Oh.
great.
Oh, Elise, I shared this with everybody last night, and he just like pops his little helmet off. I'm a pumpkin.
I just imagine
Kawasha
Kawasha
definitely.
pawing in the background.
Yeah.
Kawasha, like, literally, like, you hear a record scratch, like, what?
Koopa Louie just goes, splort, 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 as he's just walking up you. Kind of gives you that weird head tilty look. Does some signage to Kawasha. Yes, I have never seen this type of plant before. You're indeed not a chewinga.
I'm indeed not a chihuahua. I told you I wasn't a chihuahua.
Alright. But good
Oh,
session, everyone. That was real fun tonight.
Yeah, that was
That was
fantastic.
perfect. Also, I'm actually kind of sad, though, we didn't actually hear Choco's reaction to that, because that would have been huge.
Still though, now my favorite mental image from this episode is just Kawasha pogging. But I guess it's now time to wrap up. So, Draco, what you got on the docket, my friend, though?
Everyone, Draco Magnus here. You can find me on YouTube as Draco Magnus. I'm still doing Omen Excidio Plague. If I remember correctly, with my uploads. We recently got attacked by pirates on our way to South America, and somehow ended up on an island where the cultists we thought we destroyed seem to still be doing stuff. So we'll have to save some villagers from them. You can find me on Twitter at dmagnius, and you can find me here on Twitch. I recently finished up Fear and Hunger Dungeon Nights. That was an interesting end. We went to prom. It was great. Nothing bad happened, which is strange for Fear and Hunger. And I've started playing Yakuza Like a Dragon. I mean, technically, I did stream it on YouTube originally, so we're near the end of Yakuza Like a Dragon. But we're just, getting ready for the next story beat, doing some side quests and the like.
So the perpetual state of Yakuza games.
Yeah, basically. I finished the arena, got all the way through that. I'm trying to get my stats up, all of my social stats up to 10 before we move on, just to make sure there's no side quests that I'm missing. And doing the side quests that pop up when they do.
Fair enough. DeLuna, how you?
Hello. It is I, Jonah 13. You guys can find me at Twitter, dluna1338, and here and on Discord, Twitch, and YouTube at Duna13. I have really nothing going on right now, other than I just got back to school. That's going to be basically my life for the next 3 months.
Right.
Yay! Also, thank you, El Robot, for letting me know that even if I have it set to not show, the sound does go off. Gonna have to fix that. But luckily, did not factor into this stream. Also, no one else heard it, so in the middle of DeLuna finishing up, I just heard Ricky Starks go, "Thanks, Dad!"
Hey, I made quote of the week.
Yep.
Yay.
Fuck you, I'm going down.
Yay.
I was like, okay, above game, that makes the logical sense. In game, Zeno would be so pissed off.
Enoch trusts you with his life. He does not necessarily like anything about your magic. Dan has his panic attacks from witches. Enoch has it whenever you cast a spell. But, speaking of other spellcasters, hey Chaka, what you doing?
Not doing too much. Find me on Twitter at ChocolateZombie101, Twitch at ChocolateZombie101. Recently, I've been playing through the Yakuza series. Speaking of, I'm currently on Yakuza 4. I'm really digging the ability to play through as multiple characters, but I hit a point where it was a bit frustrating to play through. But I still love the series, so we're gonna keep soldiering on.
Hey, that's good. And Caitlin, how you doing?
Hello, I'm Caitlin C37. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Caitlin C37, where I do art. Commissions are open, so if anybody wants any paintings, you can find all my information there.
Groovy. And Milla, how's our DM extraordinaire?
Slowly working through coughing up some crap. But aside from that, you can find me on Twitter at Middle Ninja Nerd, where I tweet about stuff. You can find me occasionally streaming on twitch.tv/Middle Ninja. Thursday night, I'm going to be doing the tandem Brilliant Diamond Nuzlocke with a friend who I haven't talked to or done anything with in a very long time. Monday nights, with the deal breakers are currently going to be on hiatus because Jake is finally putting Operation Agamemnon into motion and moving. So more updates as soon as he's done there. Aside from that, not much. And also, one important thing to add, because you completed this. Quest completed. Anyway.
Alright, give me 1 second here. I had to mute Draco for a second because he had some static coming in off his mic.
Oh,
There we go. Sounds like you're fine.
okay, that was weird. Huh.
Yeah, it was
Where
either
that
that or
came
like
from.
a fan. It was some kind of ambient noise coming through.
Okay, I thought my isolation shield was cutting it off, but I guess it picked up the fan for a second. Huh.
Yeah, it's all good. And you already found me here at Burnout Vaughn, where we've been mixing it up. We've been playing some Little Girls Dark Soul, which is hella fun with Ender Lilies. And then I decided to try out a game that I've heard a bunch of people recommend, which was Spiritfarer, and immediately fell in love with that game, with its art style, its storytelling, and everything else. So definitely some more of that mixed in too. But besides that, look forward to more Chult personality next week, and coming sometime in February, we're just trying to nail down the date, will be Saved by the Spell. We're finishing putting the last touches on it with me helping with some NPC ideas for the campaign to make it stand out a little bit more. And aside from that, I guess it's time for us to find somebody to raid.
The only two I have on my end are Cheru and Kieran from TFS.
My friend, it's Pixel, he's streaming right now. I think he's just watching videos on YouTube, just YouTube videos while streaming it.
I've got Sarah Slimes doing 14. My friend Rajome doing art.
I've got
editing.
Brawl. I've got Brawl Kaiser, coordinator, Colonel Sheru,
I
if we
do
wanted
have
to go in there.
Shawu.
Well, we've never raided Sheru, so why not?
To Shawu.
All right,
What
give me
shall our
1
raid
second
message
here.
be for tonight?
Don't trust Nanny Pu Pu.
Yes, don't trust Nanny Pu Pu.
God,
Okay, give me a second here.
out of context, that's amazing.
And it's just Colonel, no underscore, right?
Yep, Colonel
Yeah.
Cheru. The Cheru is capitalized, so it's capital C, Colonel, capital C, Cheru.
All right. Well then, everybody, give them the doots and let them know. Don't trust Nanny Pu Pu, and stay tuned for next week. Hope you all have a good week.
Yeah.